didn't really want to be around you fucking ratchet ass. We good? We
Yep.
started?
Rolling.
Right. We good?
Rolling. Yep.
Rolling. All right. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
Halal. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Honors to you brothers out there in the highways and the byways teaching this word in all sincerity and truth. And yeah, we just, with the Israelites, we're gonna get straight to it, man, in the scriptures, man. Right, this is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. Right, that goes into this world, this age as a whole. Right, a lot of our people are invested. They don't know no better. They're invested in this world. They're invested in these countries. And the sickness about it is they're invested in a system that was designed to keep you down, that has systematically destroyed you as a people. Right? Here it is. You'll have a Jake here in Britain, and he wants to be British. He wants to run around with the British flag. He'll fight to be British. You'll get upset. Oh, I want to be British because he wants to feel like he has a stake in Britain. But Britain ain't for you. It's not your rest. Britain and the system of Britain and the people who own and control Britain are your enemies. And they have sought only to destroy you. So why are you trying to seek refuge there? Then you got Jake in America now. Jake in America, they love America. They can't see nothing else other than America. They will never leave America or go anywhere else. And now they buying into Kamala. They buying into Trump. They're buying into the dollar. They're buying into America as a whole. But this place was never meant to be our rest. We were brought here for our destruction, and surely we were destroyed as a people in every way possible.
Isaiah 30:1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with a covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. That walk to go down into Egypt and have not arts at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
Right, the shadow of Egypt represents the foreign, the alien. Our people are trusting in alien things. But and that's why it's important to know we're Israelites. Like Vocab Malone and these guys don't want us to know we're Israelites. They hurt. We need to know. Because once you understand you're an Israelite, then you can understand yourself and your condition and how you got here and where you're really meant to be. When you're an African American, obviously, okay, you're going to accept the African American experience. You want the American dream because that's what's been sold to you. Like, this is what you're meant to want. You accept the way of life of America that it has provided for you. You accept the culture that it has provided for you. Which, by the way, the so-called African American culture is one of the most toxic things that's ever existed on the face of the planet Earth. Extremely unproductive for yourself. Extremely unproductive, man. And it's getting worse by the minute, literally by the second. It's evolving into complete madness.
Even an example, you had that famous Edomite Rick Rubin over there in America. Recently got chastised by the social media comment boards because he made a comment on black people. Same thing, black on black crime, black on black always just like trying to destroy each other. You need to stop that movement, and he got chastised on the comment board for it. He's an Edomite, So
yeah,
yes,
yeah. JK, we've been destroyed as a people. We don't have no concept of who we are as a people. We don't love each other because, well, we say we love each other, but love, the Bible, can we get that love word, give no ill to his neighbor? Let's get that in Romans. Jake don't know what love is. It's clear that Jake don't understand how to love each other because we know what Jake is like. You can't get Jake to listen, man, you get Jake together and it's going to be madness. Women, the men, listen, there's going to be drama. There's going to be static. Because Jake don't know how to show love because love is the keeping of the commandments. And Jake don't respect the commandments. Jake follow after their carnal mindset, like brute beasts.
It's the book of Romans 13:10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Right, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Now you look at so-called black culture. So-called black culture is a culture which is based upon the love of money, the worship of money as status. Jake 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 puts money and the status that comes with money above substance. That's what Jake do. So if you really want to be influential, if you want to make a Jake influential, you just need to either give him money or the perception of money. And not Jake worship that. That's why a pimp can be worshipped among our people. A pimp, an actual pimp who's going and finding as many damaged women of his own people he can find and put them out on the strip to work. And Jake can be like, yeah, man, he's getting that money. Or a guy that's taking crack cocaine and selling crack cocaine to his own people. You had a program called Snowfall.
Based on Rick Ross.
Now, if the reality of Jake's condition from the 70s, what was it, the 80s, really, yeah? From the 80s forward, that's a real thing. That's a real, listen, the whole crack epidemic in the ghettos of America is a real thing that every Jake that's probably under the age of, well, every Jake alive now has been affected by it some way or some shape or form, right? Either you've been on crack, or you know someone that was selling crack and got killed off crack, or you know someone who went to jail off crack. You know, your life has been negatively affected in some way, shape, or form by the selling of crack cocaine in the so-called black neighborhood. That's a fact. Crack babies, generations destroyed. Whole generations of people. You look at them now and say, yo, that man over there fucked up. Yeah. And then you trace it back. Oh yeah, the man's moms was a fucking crack. The dad was a cracker, or their dad was a drug dealer. You see the and then they do a program about it. The main character is like, his whole thing is he was the guy that was the agent of the CIA.
Yeah, Franklin.
And because at the end of it, he didn't have a happy ending at the end of the film.
He was a cracker himself.
Them men were facts. Jake was literally more upset than you've ever. I'm surprised they weren't riots. Jake are all over the comment board. Like, how could he do this to Franklin? It's like, hold on, bro. You realize this guy was like destroying his own people, right? But because in the program he was wearing the slick suits and
he called himself the devil in the damn
money.
program. Bare times he called himself the devil.
Yeah,
I have a quick one. This is Isaiah chapter 1. I'm gonna start from 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people do not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers.
Because as soon as Jake gets some money, like I said, the money is the justification for everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, now I can basically have sex with who I want. I can bully who I want. Or who are you? You ain't got a big chain like me. It's all materialism and covetousness and vanity. This is the vibration that our people are under. It's all up in the music. It's all up in the media. It's the way Jake interact with each other. It's all about getting one up on your brother and committing some evil against your brother. That's what it's about. It's not about substance. It's not about honor. Right? If you're an honorable person among Jake, ain't nobody cares. You're lame. You're a weirdo. Who cares about that? But if you're on badness and you're out there like licking, shooting people up or doing some foolishness, all of a sudden you get elevated to a next level of status. And then so what happens? The youth see that, and as a youth growing up, if you're a young man growing up in this society, right, and you see that the man, hold on, so the dude that's acting like a demon is the one getting all the attention and the glamour. But then the guy that's got any kind of honor, he's a nerd, he's dumbed down. Obviously you're gonna want to be that guy. And the same thing for the women. If you see that guy getting, you're gonna go for that guy. So we got a weirdo culture that's set up to elevate demons. That's the way our culture is. It's actually elevating demons to high status.
I've got a quick one on that point, just before I go back to that scripture, right? This is Psalms chapter 12 and 8. The wicked walk on every side when the vilest men are exalted.
Exactly. In this, among our people, we're the worst. All of our nobles, so to speak, are all vile men. That's who man worship. The black excellence. It's P. Diddy and fucking Jay-Z and Rick Ross. Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Rick Ross. Like, and all, what did he make his money from? Rick Ross made his money from
Impersonating a
talking
drug
about
dealer.
trap music and cosplaying a drug dealer.
You know what? One sec.
Bro, you know, it's powerful. When you go into that word of being vile, it's the Hebrew word zalawak, right? Which means worthlessness.
Yeah, these are worthless people because they add no real value to our people. They're destructive.
People have no substance.
They spread sin, which is what? Adultery, theft, murder. These are the things that they promote and spread throughout the society. Man.
But they equate their wealth as to mean something.
Yeah.
You know? They're gonna grab this
Gain is godly.
Gain,
That's
supposing that gain is godliness, man.
Yeah.
So they get the money and they get the prestige, and then these are the people that's running the show. But the Lord's going to change all that because He's going to raise up the poor righteous man, the poor faithful man with substance, and totally flip the script, man. Because right now Jake is completely out of order. Our people are out of order, man. That's why they gave Megan Thee Stallion Woman of the Year.
Yeah.
How are you gonna? What is Megan? Just. Yeah, she got. I think like 2 years ago, she got Woman of the Year. What? Because she just butt naked all the time.
She even got an award for being the top leader for Margaret Sanger's thing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The
So
abortion thing. She got an award for that.
So Esau is helping that situation.
Yeah.
He's taking the lowest denominator, the lowest form of Jake, and putting it in the limelight through the media and shoving it down people's throats.
Yeah.
And giving them awards and giving them prestige and giving them all the brands. And then, okay, so that's what's up, right?
It's from Sirach chapter 13, verse 22. When a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. They always run to defend these dudes, man. You know, Nipsey Hussle, these man, they look down the head, man. Crying and shit. They run to defend these types of dudes, man. They idolize them.
And act like these dudes are revolutionaries, like they're trying to help someone. Like Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac is the original demon.
Yeah.
The Black Messiah with his 3 years, because his career was 3 years, right? That's how crazy it was. They actually set it up. They set it up like that. Yeah, he died young. Yeah, they set this guy up right as the Black Messiah, but he was confused. 1 minute he was like, trying to be a revolutionary, but the next minute he a thug. And that's why Jake is fucking confused, man.
Yeah, 3 years because they tried to imitate I was shy.
Yeah, that's wow.
And even the Rothschild, it's Kissinger that said they give a Black Messiah. It's them that will give you.
And they can still worship Tupac. They had him all up on his wall.
You can't say shit.
To hell with you. He is a demon, man. He's an emotional, demonic agent of the elites, man. He was an agent of the elites. Like that whole hip hop gangster rap from that time till now is a magic psychological operation on Jake to get Jake to act like a beast, to act like a carnal beast, a materialistic carnal beast that only cares about pussy, money, and weed.
It's the first song that went viral. Brenda had a baby, whatever. The baby in the dustbin. Promoting Jake in that, poor, like, impoverished state. And he went number 1 off that shit, man. That's when he got his big break.
Fuck Tupac, fuck
CIA
Biggie.
operative, man.
You know what I mean? All them demons, man. But that's what I'm saying. We said this is not our rest. You have to understand that we've grown up in an environment that's designed to destroy us, man. And Jake don't understand that. Jake don't, because you grew up in it, you don't realize it until you read the scriptures and you find out, hold on, there's a different way to live. The way we're living isn't the way it's supposed to be. That's why we're having all these problems. That's why we're catching hell.
Jeremiah 4:2. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sottish children.
Yep.
And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
Jake, when your self-destructive behavior is what Jake is latching onto and thinks it's entertaining and thinks it's cool. Self-destructive behavior, which is sinful behavior. When you look at the ghetto, right, or wherever Jake is, a lot of the hell that Jake is catching is they're putting it on themselves because of the way they treat each other and the way they act together. And then they'll go and like lift up people who are promoting and think it's a joke thing.
Okay, so finish this off. So when a rich man is back in Surah 13:22, when a rich man is fallen, you have many helpers. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too. He spake wisely and could have no place.
And that's true. When Jake, you know, a thing about Jake here, when you got money, Jake will justify anything that you do. Jake will justify you as long as you got money, because Jake worship money, man. As long as you're making money, Jake will justify whatever you do to make that money. Because that's what they've been taught. It's all about the dollar bill, y'all. It's all about money.
They get rich or die trying.
No, it's supposed to be all about the spiritual things, about the inner substance. That's the making of a man. Not the gold, the chain that you're running around with on your neck. What's on the inside? Your integrity.
Yeah.
And in the ancient times, not saying the ancient world was perfect, but if you read about societies that had any function in the ancient world, everything was geared towards people uplifting substance rather than materialism. That's why it was the top don was the honorable don, the man that kept his word. If you're a guy that weren't kept your word, you're done out here. Man don't even want to give you his daughter to wife. Yo, that guy's a liar.
Yeah.
Or that guy is not brave.
Yeah.
The guy that had integrity and had those that was wise was uplifted.
Yeah.
In this modern day world, having wisdom is not uplifted.
Yeah.
I don't care about wisdom or how you apply wisdom. They care about the material things, how much Gucci you're wearing, and how much diamond chains you got around your neck.
These men have all this pseudo wisdom, but this is bringing in money. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
That's like conscious movement. It's all about really making money.
that's what they respect.
That's why you had guys like Andrew Tate, who's just pushing all this vanity.
And why is he as successful as he is? It was part of the image that they put forward. He's got all this money, the Bugatti and all this stuff, like, and then he gets a lot of hoes.
Who was he enticing the youth? That's why they're just shutting down in the schools. All these youth were going crazy over Tate.
But look at Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Howard Shai was humble. He didn't come with a bag of holes and a bag of money.
He came riding on a donkey.
He came with the word of life.
But he had the real substance that brings all those things, man. Not holes, because we don't want holes. See, that's the difference. We want structure, man.
Even in this truth, you got guys that emulating the worldly spirit. Look, IUIC, come on, Nate, come riding on the big ass horse, showing you that pride and that money, that vanity. That's what it's about. That's what they love the world, man.
They talk about kings in the building, and their idea of a king is having a king ain't what you wear, man. A king ain't what you wear, man. How many? Do I need to write a good film for you to understand that? A king isn't. Oh, okay. So I'll just put some gold trim on and walk around and of the gold. That doesn't make you a king.
And play pretend.
Yeah, that's cosplaying. Those are things that a king has. What makes you a king is what's inside. What's in your quality of your character. But if you notice, IUIC don't really want to talk about that. That's why they're talking about 4K. They're trying to draw a man in. You gotta have a 4K camera.
4-man bombs.
4K camera for what?
This ain't
Hollywood, man. What are you talking
You
about?
get the details, man. The details in the car.
Bro, is the power in the word
Or the camera.
or is it in the camera?
Technology.
What?
Where's the power?
What?
The word.
When you hear the word, is it like nah, you know what? Yeah, man's got the 7, the 320, 10 foot. Yeah. Nah, I ain't feeling that, man. They're appealing to the carnal mind of Jake, man, not the spiritual.
This is Proverbs chapter 3 and 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
That's exactly what they're doing.
That's what they're doing, man. When you see these guys, IUIC, they're trying to draw people in with the carnal mind because they know that works in the world. If you want to look, when they get a rapper and they want to make the rapper appeal to you peons out there, what do? They fill him up with bare jewelry, like so dumb. And we're the only people they do that with because they know we're just so into trinkets here. Like we're into it. Just make him look rich and they'll be like, yeah, he the man, and all the women want to be with him and all the men want to be him because it's only Jake. Listen, especially Jake, that's under that American culture. Yeah. Look at my man Saul. I was watching I don't know, you probably watched it. Did you watch the press conference with Saul Canelo? and Belanga. Star Wars actually is rich. The man's bosses have hairdressers.
It comes normal. It comes plain.
Canelo's got money, but he had a little tiny little chain on. Obviously, his garments weren't cheap. We know that, but it's not. You don't know it. He weren't flashy, right? And I look at Belanga. I'm like, my nigga, my nigga look like fucking Xerxes. Yeah,
Wicked.
he look like Xerxes from flipping And I'm thinking, yeah, you know why he in New York, nigga? So they grew up under that hip hop gangster rap vibration.
He said that the hip hop community is with me.
He said that
Canelo, bro. Canelo was like nothing.
but don't you think that's crazy? That Belanga ain't got money like that.
Yeah, but he's showing it like he has.
Belanga ain't sold like no pay-per-view over 75K in his life. Canelo's is making dumb money, right? And he's sitting on the side, reserve. This guy's looking like Xerxes. Why? Because he's been poisoned with that culture, that demonic culture that they make these jakes do. That listen, you're gonna give you a record deal, you have to go get this changed. You have to. You need to look like a certain way. And then so IUIC is doing the same thing. That's why they keep talking about your garments. What's wrong with the garment, bro?
Instead of dealing with the spiritual garments, we're talking about this word. You know, that's why your doctrine's all over the place, inside and out.
Well, they sold out, and you know that's my personal thing. But I clearly see that them man are controlled opposition, and through that, what you'll start seeing as well. You know, when you know controlled opposition, they start getting mainstream attention. Because what they'll do is they'll want to put them at the forefront of the Israelite thing because they control them. And you'll start seeing that. They'll get in the articles, they'll start getting the footage, like, and then they won't really want to talk about it that much. Because we don't sell out like that.
Back in strong.
Oh, now the new thing's having a logo. You gotta have a logo to be in the Israelite thing. You don't have no fucking logo. The emblem.
So Yahweh Shah had a logo.
No, exactly.
What's his man talking about?
What are you talking about?
Had a logo on it.
Yeah, it's
It's a sellout. You guys will sell out.
Hey, the world, man. They're setting up. That's why they're talking about you're building malls and all that.
Yeah,
they're of this world, man.
That's right. Back in strong 13.
Jewish Americans.
13:23. With a rich man speaking, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds.
And I've seen this for a fact. I remember one time I was in my cousin's yard. He's doing 25 to life right now. I was in his yard. You know how it was back in the day. You used to walk around with the eldest videos of DVDs and shit. And I'm playing the DVD, right? And I remember I'm there in the yard with my cousin. You know him. And then these two niggas walked in. Their names were Knives and Guns. Yeah, no, it was their names. That Knives and Guns. Yeah. Right, yeah, you know them niggas. And they walked in, and they looked, and this is when the elders were teaching on 34th Street, yeah. And all them time, I'm like, yeah, this is the truth. You know, well, obviously, still, you're like, yo, this is the thing, yeah. These man walked in, you know how them niggas went in, like, and they was there when they literally listened to it for like it was like a minute. And they were just looking as a nigga does, superficially. Man, who are these man here, fam? Who are these man? And you know why? Because now if they were all out flexing with the chains and the diamond rings and all that stuff, then they'll be like, okay, what are these man talking about? But because they weren't looking a certain way, straight away that it's not the vibration they're looking for. And then them niggas is probably dead or in jail right now anyway. 100%. Well, I know they went to jail. I don't even know. They probably dead. But it's the point. I've seen that with my own eye. That's why it's good that we dress the way we dress, because our people, the wicked wicked of our people, we weed a lot of people out from that. We weed a lot of people out, man. These people that are superficial in nature, because they're looking for superficial things and not the spiritual things.
And that's the sort of things that IUIC promote.
Exactly. Kings doing the hip hop song, where kings, they always talk about their kings in the building.
But we make a point of not portraying those types of things. Even when brothers get together, we're not out here filming it. So for you to to bask in it, oh yeah, camaraderie, cookouts, and we're not doing all of that, man. Because we're not trying to appeal to that side of this truth to draw you in. We're not trying to do that.
Gonna be in the kingdom, man. We're not trying to sell you a kingdom here.
Yeah.
And this is why we said this is not your rest. Man are trying to sell you a kingdom here. They're trying to sell you being a king in terms of um, the super, what's it called? You know, like, yeah, they want to get, yeah, like, okay, cool. In the kingdom, yeah, you know, brother want to rock the chaps and all that stuff. We're going to have that because but that's not what it's all about. But we're going to have those things.
That's the perks.
But right now, where the kingly things that we can possess right now are the spiritual kingly things, which is the most important. That's where it begins.
But even Yahweh Shai said that the kingdom of heaven is within. So it starts with the spiritual.
Starts in the spiritual, man.
Not the physical, man.
It's not about your garment, like your physical garment first. It's all about the internals, man. Yeah. So get all them Christians.
First Corinthians 1 and 21. For after that, in the wisdom of Most High, the word by wisdom knew not Most High. It pleased Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe.
That's right. And how do you believe? By the hearing of the word, not by the 4K. Like, even if we was out here and all you can hear was the audio, that's all you need.
That's all you need. You don't need to be jumping on no planes, no boats, none of that.
Man said the 4K. That dude, really, you should get carnal with that dude, but you got to remain spiritual. But that dude will make you want to get carnal. Like, imagine you was there and man trying to tell people it's about the video quality. Like, what are you talking about? We ain't in film school. We're in Hollywood. Yeah, listen, I went.
They care about image. They care about image.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, yeah, I went to the cinema last night. I was watching a film, and this brother here would tell you if the quality went right, I would have been like, yo, what's going on, man? Like, the quality, yeah. But that's a movie, bro. This ain't a fucking movie, bro. Yeah, you know what? Hey, Shakar, I know this one.
Can I go? This is Ecclesiastes 9 from 14. There was a little city and few men within it, and there came a great king against it, and besieged it, and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city, yet no man remembered that same poor man. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
The poor man's wisdom is despised, and that's why the majority of the people, they're not set up to get this thing. They're not set up to get this at all, man. Because this thing ain't about the carnal vibe. Our people are on a very carnal, dumbed down vibration, and only an elect are gonna escape that. Only a few people are gonna cut through all of the foolishness. And it's a miracle, because really, it's a miracle if you can get through all that. Because you remember, you're being attacked by this from the time you're born. From the time you're born, the music you're listening to, the programs you're watching, your surroundings, your environment is all aiming towards your niggerization.
Basically.
That's what's cool. Let's not be honest with you. If you just look at your lifestyle, there was points in your life where you chose to do something because it was what was cool.
Especially if you're born in the West.
Sometimes it ain't even what your family's into and you're still doing it because it's what was considered to be cool. It's a massive thing that you're fighting against in this world to come up and get around that.
Yeah, because like I said, in the West, because even if you got brothers that come out from Europe and all that, and then come into London, and when they come from different islands, and they come into this world, they find out that, bro, that your homeland lifestyle is not the way you're supposed to live. You're supposed to be like a nigger, basically. Come up like a nigger,
change. Yeah, but that's why the second, third generation, they just start. They can't get away with it.
You mentioned earlier about being smart and being intelligent. These are not things that we portray as a people. So you look like a weirdo in your own people. If you're not on what they're on,
you're lame. You're lame, man. You're not even considered successful. You don't have no status. No one don't rate you. But if you just like jump on a mic and stupid, act dumb,
you know, bro.
You do what that dickhead Mizzy was doing. Jumping on the train. That guy's a demon. Niggas will follow him.
But they have been that. I was on the set. You know, bro. Like I'll give a small example, right? Like I remember back in the day, you know, when I was getting God, like in school.
That's what I'm saying. When you come out from different worlds.
Like if you're in school and you're doing a test, like the whole mindset of school is to be the best. Do you know what I mean? To actually be smart and actually get straight A's and B's and stuff. But here, I remember like in the school system over here, it's like if you're a smart kid, it's kind of mocked. You know, it's kind of like an ingrained mindset.
Yes, why
of
you
like
get-
being
why-
done.
You're
with.
not.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
dumb as fuck. That's what I'm saying. When you come from the west, outside of the Western world, come from Nigeria, them places, to be smart is like it's a thing. You need to be like curriculally like
If you ain't on that,
guy and wisdom and all that. It's a big thing. When you come to Europe, they expect you to be done, put you in the special needs schools and all that. And then that's how you kind of come up in the ladder.
Let's read this bit from the point here, right? Romans 1, verse 28, we'll read down to 32, right? And even as they did not like to retain God in their knowledge, God gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which were not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters,
Boasters. Jake loves to boast, man. That's all
One of
Jake.
them dudes that got caught. They ching man up.
They love
did
stunning
a
their
video.
own people.
Yeah, Jake gets boast. Yeah, and they love it, man. Jake loves to boast. Jake die over boasting. A lot of Jake would be alive right now. Not saying it's right. You should have go and you shouldn't. Again, it's twofold, isn't it? You shouldn't go and kill a man because he's got something. But at the same time, when I was watching one video, this Jake had his prom, right?
Yeah.
And he went to
Oh
the,
yeah,
you
yeah.
seen
yeah,
it? He went to the prom and just started throwing money around, and he killed him like a day or 2 days later. And he's like, okay, let me ask you a question, right? Who else would have done it? Name the culture of people anywhere in the world that would turn up to your prom and think that the way to operate is to just start throwing money in the air to show everybody you got money.
I'm sure he was young. He's like
Yeah, he's young nigga. But you know, but where did he get it from? Hip hop. He got that from rappers.
It's like every boxer wants to be a fucking rapper.
Yeah. Oh man. Come on.
And where did the rappers get? They're told to be like that. They're told this is how you need to be.
Yeah.
It's all social engineering, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of Jacob died over this boast. In fact, a lot of Jacob boast until they destroy themselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a known thing. Man will go up in the club. I was watching one video in them strip clubs in Atlanta. Who can make it rain the most?
They're not drunk.
And then they end up broke. Like 2-3 years, they'll be like, shit, I could do with some of that money I threw away.
AB man.
AB?
They call it bragging rights. They call it bragging rights.
Yeah, bragging. Oh, ban. We could go ban. Oh, I hate that dude.
Oh yeah.
That dude is he's so gay.
CC and
Yeah, central.
Yeah, he's a plant man. He's an implant.
I'm taking video of
Look at this guy.
He's a plant man. Oh, EPO and all that. Yeah.
Why do that was
They're real.
you can come over and ask us a question. You ain't gotta do all that. Why are you taking videos of us? Why are you taking a video of us?
If you got a question, come and ask us, man. We're
No,
friendly. We're
Did
friendly.
you take a video of us? Huh? We're good, man.
You got a question?
Alright. You ain't gotta go do all that, man.
Going back his own journey.
You
We're
probably just
videoing ourselves.
you threw him off asking him that.
Yeah.
You threw him off like asking him.
Oh shit! I just expect that.
Yeah.
We got cameras set up and taking.
I got something over there.
Yeah,
Hosea 4:1. The controversy of Israel, the Most High's controversy with Israel. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there's no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery.
Oh, adultery is a big one. That's the favorite sport. That's the favorite sport. Jake loves to know that he could do that, and then the women love it too. That's a sport now among Jake. In fact, again, just look at the music. Look at the music. Listen, do an experiment. Literally turn on the radio, right? And see how many songs you can go before it talks about adultery. You're gonna go about one song. You're gonna go maybe one song, and that it will talk about it. Like the adultery is like one of the favorite sports of Jake. They love it. It's pure madness. Jake.
That's R&B all over.
It's crazy, man. Like how many Jake? I've talked to Bear Jake, and they're telling me about the madness that they're doing, and Jake women too tell me the madness they're doing. And it's like, bro, they're playing a dangerous game. But nobody wants it to happen to them though.
No.
Then all of a sudden they might have hurt, and then that you'll find that's how it is.
You can't turn like evil. They don't want to hear what you got to say in righteousness. They don't want to hear that.
Nah, man, it's crazy, man. But that's exactly what the scripture's saying. That's why the scripture says. Someone get Acts the 2nd chapter, man. Yeah, when you finish that, it talks about separate yourself from this untoward generation. Yeah, finish that.
Okay. They read it again. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood toucheth blood.
That's what you see happening, man. Our people, blood touching blood, whether it's London, New York, Caracas, it doesn't matter where it is, Kingston.
Yeah.
And it's madness. And we're here to say, listen, man, there's a better way. There's a better culture, which is Yahweh Shai. So we're preaching Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is the way, not Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and all this foolishness that these men are picking up now, trying to find all this different thing that's going to save them. None of that's going to save us as a people, because Donald Trump ain't trying to bring you back to righteousness. Kamala Harris ain't trying to bring you back to righteousness, and none of them man died for your sins. Yahweh Shai is the deliverer and the savior.
Back here in Romans 1, verse 30. Backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, impassible, unmerciful. And the point in 32 I want to get to, right? It says, who knowing the judgment of God, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
They encourage it.
Always be just like them.
They encourage other people to be the exact same way. So they'll either put you down for not joining in that foolishness, or they'll praise you online commenting, yeah, that's great, man, keep doing it, girl, keep doing it. Oh yeah, man, yeah, do that. Nah, nah, nah. That's how you make. He's a real nigga. He's a real one. Yeah, man, yeah. That's why they were mourning over Franklin Saint, man. Or what was that dude's name?
Ross, yeah.
They were mourning.
Franklin, yeah.
What's that thing from Snowfall?
Yeah, Franklin.
Jake was in a collective mourning over that. I've never
Yeah.
seen nothing like it. Oh man, why they have to do it like that, man?
Those are them-
And the biggest thing that hurt Jake the most was the fact that he lost the money.
Yeah. Mum
Oh man,
His
his mom
them out.
is like, bro, if you actually watch the program was telling you the mom did the right thing.
Yeah.
The money destroyed them. She got rid of the money. Oh man, the money, man, the money. Oh. So that would have been okay. So he destroyed the whole of LA, all the black neighborhoods, and then he got away with a few million. That would have been the claps, right? That's why we can't build nothing with you, Nick.
Scorpion.
You're literally willing to burn down your own village for profit. That's crazy.
Praise the guy after.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah,
legend.
man, he got that money, man.
Yeah.
He got that money. He got to the bag.
Yeah.
That's Jake's role model.
He got to that bag.
That's what Jake care about.
Okay.
And it never ends well.
Verse 26 and 9. But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Jake love money, man. Jake love it. Jake love it. That's why they can't be trusted.
It's a god,
It's a god to them. Yeah, they worship money. That's why Esau Edom is laughing, because they print the money. Because it's like, listen, anytime we want a nigga to do some stupid shit, we just throw him a bag. Hey,
and they witchcraft all over it.
dangle the, come here, little nigga. Come here, little nigga. You
What's
see
that?
the
What's that song?
the bag,
What's
the
that
bag.
song?
You can only
You get the
imagine.
nigga by his toe.
You can only
Yeah,
imagine.
Mini, mani, mo.
Yeah.
You can only imagine Bishop Nate's eyes when he saw the suitcase.
Yeah.
His eyes probably popped out his head.
You could dangle a little bag of money and Jake could destroy his whole city.
Oh, see.
He would destroy the whole city. Dangle it. Here, nigga. Here, nigga. You want this? Smell it.
Because that's who Esau looks for. He looks for you weak of heart, man. He looks for you sellouts, man.
Yeah.
Because you're willing to do anything, destroy your own for anything, man, to get that back.
You had them city girls, which they ended up broke anyway. The city girls, they asked her in an interview, so do you want your daughter to be a city girl? She said no. So what does that tell you? Same thing with what's it called? The stripper, Cardi B.
Amber Rose, all these whores.
So hold on. So so that shows you that they're promoting a lifestyle in a way that they don't even really want for themselves or their children. But why they do it? To get to that bag. So they've sold their soul, like they've sold out their own people. They're willfully destroying everyone else's daughters, willfully doing it so they could get to that bag.
And most of them are married, man. Like
One
Beyonce.
second, Rick Ross sending his children to private school. They're not sending them out into the trap.
It's not really good, like.
They're sending their kids to the private school, but then they're sending your sons to the trap. Well, this is crazy.
Play their music. And the thing is, some of them will go to these private schools and still want to be fucking niggas, man.
Oh,
on the
well,
block.
yeah.
It's madness.
Well,
Parents.
like that,
Yeah.
that Jake is back in the day, Green, that died. You
our names on point. But his name was Lamps, right? But he died, right? But you know what? That guy was actually going to a private school in another whole area, and he'd leave private school to go and gangbang. And he ended up dead.
That's what they're looking up to. Idolize.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Nigeria.
And the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows.
And what is the faith? That our reward is not here. Going back to the original scripture we brought to, that we have faith in the kingdom of heaven, right? Because the Lord promised us the kingdom of heaven, according to the blessings of Abraham. That we're going to receive these things, that we're going to be kings in the earth, right? But then we have to have faith that it's coming. It's a faith thing. It's something in the future. It's not something that we're going to give to us by any means, right? Give it to ourselves by any means. And Jake trying to give themselves the kingdom of heaven by any means necessary. But there's no patience. By any means. So I'll kill and I'll murder and I'll steal and I'll do whatever it takes. I'll turn batty man. You take a ton in batty man for money. Them man are blowing up JOOs for money, man.
And a bunny hopping in.
Money, you know what I'm saying? Like getting back shots for money. For what? Nah, man, because you don't have no faith. Because you don't believe in the kingdom of heaven. Integrity. So you just want to get what you want to get here. Because you know the only really way you can get to a certain level in this man's kingdom is through Esau. But Esau gonna make you jump through them hoops, man. But the scripture we read earlier said what, man? This is not your rest. Depart from it. Because it will pollute you.
Leave it alone.
You try and grab hold of the kingdom in this kingdom, boy, man, you see what you get diddied, man. You're gonna have to screw over your family, might even have to sacrifice your family. You're gonna have to screw people over, you're gonna have to do wickedness, man. That's the requirement. It's a requirement. Esau don't make you go up there with your hands clean. Your hands are gonna get dirty. Your integrity is gonna have to leave.
So these are the wicked that prosper in the world.
There you go.
That's these dudes, man.
And they're wondering why that Mpox is.
But they got everyone chasing that money and chasing that position to your own destruction. So they got a conveyor belt of people willing to go on what's it called? Love Island or whatever it is, and then they get you in a room. Listen, we're showing you what you can receive.
Yeah. This is the same thing that Satan tried to entice Yahushua. What did Yahushua do? He rebuked Satan with the word, man.
Yep.
He resisted Satan even after 40 days in the wilderness, man.
But if you don't believe in the reward to come, then you're gonna sell out and do foolishness, man.
But that just shows you the integrity of Yahushua and his disciples and the people of the world. It's two different type of men.
So we go for Ecclesiasticus 10 and 9. Why the earth and ashes flout? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
You don't care what it costs.
Now the covetousness is on a mad tip because of social media, because of the ability to see things. I was sitting on the bus the other day and I was like, yeah, man, you see too much. You see too much. It used to be that you just there and you see what's around you. Now you see everything. You see every mansion party, every bad bitch, like just ding, 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 just in your face. And if you don't have a strong, character within you, that's gonna drive you crazy. You're gonna want, because it's all shoved into your face, man, through the media. You know what I'm saying? Like you have a very warped view of even the real world, because if you sit there and like all you watch is the Kardashians, bro, like this is gonna mess your mind up, man, because you just think life is a fucking joyride. Oh, look how they're living. Then you're pissed at your man because he took you to the Maldives on a 6-star. Whereas in a normal world, you wouldn't see the lives of the rich or the so-called rich at all. You see little glimpses, but now you're just in the room with them.
Well, and then they think you could go back to how they made their money or how King's Edition, you could do that sex tape with Ray J.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what they think. All I got to do is speak to a celebrity and filming some shit.
That's
not gonna be like Kim.
That's why all of them got OnlyFans accounts.
Yeah, that's it.
Crazy.
This is Romans chapter 12 and 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind.
And hey, hold up, because you have to be, because when you come into this truth, we were all corrupted by the world, the culture of this world. It's a fact. You can't grow up in this world and this world didn't corrupt you to your mindset and the way you think and the way you deal with things.
Yeah.
Look, we all sat there for hours on end listening to this and listening to that. You listen to that more. Listen, I'll tell you the truth. I've listened to rappers more than I listen to my dad. That's not a fact. That's not nothing. That's the truth. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, right, like, how many things does my dad actually ever teach me? Like, how many things in my mind today came from my actual dad? Growing up, even by the time I was like 18, man, the Styles P and Jada Kiss and that was real. I was just keeping it real. That's who I was getting my knowledge from. Yeah. And you had that shit on repeat. It's true. You just messed up in the fucking mind, man.
First thing you turn on in the morning.
Until you get to this, and then you start listening to the elders, and then now this starts renewing your mind, and you start coming off that. And even then, it's a process because you're gonna have lots of habits and the way you do things, which has come from the world, man. This demonic and wicked ass world that you live in, man.
Was it renewing the new man day by day?
Yeah,
like that.
Precept?
Yeah.
Finish the last bit. It says, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of Yahweh Bar Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Well, first of all, man, like you got this big thing with Trump, which I'm sure everyone watching, you've already put you up on game that Trump is an agent of the New World Order. Yeah. We don't play the Hebrew Israelites. We don't, like Kamala's evil and Trump is a good guy. We don't play all them kind of games. They're all part of the same demonic cabal. That's a good word. I like that. Yeah, that references them other guys. Yeah, they're all part of the same demonic cabal. And if you notice what they're doing with Jake, peep it. All of a sudden, black celebrities are coming out of the woodwork. Yeah, I'm standing up for Trump. I'm with you. Yeah, because they're told. Listen, my brother, we're gonna go on this program. We need you to be pro-Trump now. Because what they're trying to do is confuse Jake. For all these years, they had Jake with the Democrats. Now they're trying to flip Jake over to the Republicans. But it's the same thing. They're literally leading you down a dead end because it's going to lead you to the MOTV and enslavement.
We even had even had influencers come out recently saying they've been paid by you know,
they're always getting
paid by different parties to
the whole
advertise their
point
shit.
when you're a mainstream celebrity, and I tell brothers, some brothers don't even believe it because you have to get to a level. Understand this: if somebody is a mainstream individual, everything they do is controlled. That is the price you pay to play. When you get to that level where all these eyes of people from all over the world see you on TV, you are told, go here, go there. This is what you're going to say. This is what you're not going to say. You know what? We're going to put you in prison for 2 years. That's the game that has to be played right now.
It's like when they go on these shows, they get told to go on these shows.
Yeah.
So why would this be any different?
It's a script. Will Smith and the slap. It was all a script. It was all a script, man. Yeah, okay, you're going to go there, you're going to do that. The red table and the entanglement. It's all scripted stuff. It's all psychological operations. Even down to who they, so Amber, all of a sudden, Amber Rose is pro-Trump. You really think she made that decision? Come on, man. Come on. And then all of a sudden, they had Kanye started. Remember, where's Kanye now, though?
In the background.
So they activated Kanye. He went on this Trump thing, MAGA thing, anti-JO thing. He started it, really. And then now they gave him some next sex slave. And now he's just doing some weirdo shit. No one really bothering with him. And now they've activated all these black celebrities now. Okay, you're all going to come out. And then now they're saying Kamala's paying guys. No, you're all getting paid to do what you're doing. Just like with the C-19. They were all paid. They were all told, be pro this. Just like when the MOTV comes, what do you think they're going to be saying?
Yep.
Because they're bought and paid for, man. They don't have a mind of their own. They're told what to do and what not to do. That's why we're allowing you to have this platform. If you don't play ball, goodbye. We'll get a next person to be always in the magazine or always in this and be this and do that. And you'll go into obscurity. So then when you see fucking Andrew Tate on Piers Morgan, you should already know what is on fucking Piers Morgan, bro.
Even the other day with Elon and Trump.
Oh, they didn't want nobody to watch it, but they all did articles on it.
It got the most views ever.
Come on.
I mean, we don't know about it, really.
You wouldn't have fucking Come on, man.
And that shows you that Trump's a sellout because he was against all Elon and them lot back in his old
Trump,
presidency.
Trump used to be a Democrat. I mean, Elon.
Now he's fucking with the Silicon Valley. He's getting money from them people.
But guess what? They're all getting you Jake in the hole. that they can make America into something for you. That's what the whole thing is about. They're selling you that Babylon the Great can be somewhere where you can live happily ever after. There's something I'm going to do for you that's going to make your life heaven in Babylon. Whereas if you understood the scriptures, you would know that Babylon the Great is not supposed to be heaven for our people. We were put there as a punishment to be delivered from, but we need to be delivered from America, not fucking make America great. But because you don't know the scriptures, that's how Esau's able to draw you in. You want a good job? You want lower taxes? Yo, do what you want to do, man. We just trying to get out of here, man. Like, you're going to put taxes lower because I said so. Because I want that. Yeah, that's how it works, right?
It's 2 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 13. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of Yahushua. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works.
That's how this devil operates, man. Who had a precept? Was it you, Shakal?
I got one. Yeah. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
That's right. That represents his plans. What's the plan? We know the plan. MOTB, mass depopulation, because it tells you that in Ezekiel 21 and 9, the sword is sharpened. So we know there's going to be an MOTB. And what do we see happening? Everything there, every crisis is putting another piece of the MOTB system into place. Don't listen to IUIC, because we told you, them man are idiots. They're not educated enough to deal with the scriptures the right way. That's why they sold out. We talk about who GMS is the ones that told you about CBDC. We told you about the digital ID. We was the ones that dug up all the what's it called, the International Bank of Enslavement, and showed you how they said that if you're gonna have a CBDC, you need a digital ID. It's key. We told you about the carbon, what's it called, the carbon footprint and the carbon, all that shit. Yeah, the contactless payment, the algorithms, the AI, right? And then what you see happening now, the everything crisis is forward in digital. Okay, bring the digital. Bring the digital.
And hackers hacking all the social security.
Bring the cashless, because everything is going to lead it for prophecy to be fulfilled. They're going to bring the crises to bring all these systems together until eventually they're going to say, listen, you're going to have that chip in your hand in order to access all these goods and services that the system provides. That's where it's headed.
Also with the immigration problem.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another crisis that they create.
Now you got the MPOX spread. And
now to come after us, because they're gonna come after us without coming out. They ain't gonna put us on BBC News, because that's the difference between us and Andrew Tate. Yeah, because we don't work for the system. So they'll use Tommy Robinson. So now you see guys getting put in jail for retweeting. Like what?
Yeah, Facebook.
Yeah, and it's hate speech and all that. Yeah, because eventually that's going to be used against us, and they'll just come and just you man, just ship us off.
We're the last resort. They know once they come up against us, it's not.
That's
when the law's going to step
out
in.
the back.
All attacks on us have to be indirect.
Once they come after the men of the law, that's when the law's going to have to step in. Certain men are going to be endowed with power, and like the law don't really show himself.
Guy did a retweet, man.
Yeah,
retweeting footage of a riot, and they put
gave him 20 months in jail.
Yeah, that's crazy. So then, bro, that's something.
I made a comment about what's this? What?
You wouldn't even know.
So one bitch that was even certain people were getting arrested that were just in the vicinity. They were just in the area. They're getting knocks on their door.
Look at the facial recognition. They're gonna roll out.
That was on purpose, man. Done on purpose.
Hey, police are armed with cameras now, right?
Yeah.
We see it in the video.
That's what they do. They're not going to stop you from doing what you're doing. They're going to let you do what you're doing.
They catch you later.
All them cameras, because London's got the most cameras in fucking Europe, so you can't get away with it.
Yeah.
You're stupid to get involved.
Even like if you deep it, the C19 thing, right, with the mask thing, they created a crisis with that.
Yeah.
Because these youths are walking around masked up.
Yeah. But they can still recognize you with your mask on.
And that's where they're going to do it. Because now there's a crisis in London with these youths running around, no face, no case, and they're just doing madness. And they're doing it with impunity because they can literally walk up and down the street with a balaclava on, and no one's going to do them nothing. Because it's been normalized to walk around with a belly on. Because before C19, you couldn't just walk around the street masked up. Someone would be onto you.
Yeah, companies like Nike were fucking promoting this shit.
Oh,
You know?
bro, even one time I was down Fenchurch Street and I was walking up the stairs and there was two youths behind me with fucking face masks on. I was ready to turn around and clap one of them. I'm thinking, yo, what the fuck? My phone on me. And I'm thinking, yo, why is man got a belly on behind me? Why has they got masked up? Cause I know these man ain't scared of the flu. And it's just because Esau's done that so that now he can come back around and say, listen, man, because of all this, we're going to start bringing in stricter biometrics and the chip and all this stuff because this crime is out of control and there's this whole no face, no case business going on. So they started that, man. Yeah, but throughout all history, you weren't allowed to walk around and see with your face covered. That's a thing. Like, no, if you went into any city, even in the ancient world, and you walked in with your face covered, man, yo, who are you? We need to see your face, man.
Remember that thing? There's a big thing about the burkas that women wearing. There was a big thing before that. And now it don't matter now. You can do what you fucking want to do. You know? Now they're wearing, but everyone's wearing. Yeah, everyone's wearing.
But really, it's the goons. It's only the goons walking around with masks nowadays. I don't see no one else masked up. But Esau created that problem so that he could come with a solution later on down. Because they're making that into a big problem with the whole guys on their little electric bikes robbing people's iPhones and pulling out machetes.
This is the book Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by a law?
Yep. That's right. They're going to start bringing out. In fact, right, when you chip people, you can also track people with their chips, so you can't say you weren't there. And that's another part of having this system set up. You can ping off people's chips. And there's a movie like that. It's a good film, actually. I don't want to give it away, but it's called Imposter, with, I believe, OR at the end. It's a good ass film. It's got Michael Pfeiffer in there, and they show you the MOTV in the film. And when you got the Chiz app, if you're walking down the street, there's terminals that as you're walking past the terminal flashes up with your information. So you're like, you walk past and boom, your face will flash up. And they have that in China too. So that's part of the system.
I had that in the movie Minority.
Oh yeah? Okay.
They do that with Wi-Fi as well, where it's like location services. They'll bounce off even like in people's houses, like the Wi-Fi. You'll have a setting where it'll bounce everyone just to get more accurate, like location of where you are. So they have like it's all set, like the brother said.
It's like that enemy estate, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's how they were finding man.
Yeah. That was like 90s.
NSA. We're going to say real quick, just because people will be like, how is that going to work? Apple AirTags, for example. Put an AirTag in something, it's like, oh, your thing is over there, and that's passive.
And that's a good point. So that's what the Chiz app is going to be. So that's another reason. So they're going to create more of this crime epidemic, and then they're going to defund the police and be like, okay, you know what, man, we can't deal with it the old cop on the beat type of way. So we need to bring more technology because these niggas is wild. They're wilding out here, man, with valleys on. Don't walk behind me with no valley on, man. I don't like that shit, man. I need my phone, man.
All them dystopian movies, it's gonna be like a walking antenna. Anywhere you go, they will locate.
This is Ecclesiasticus 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
Jake don't believe that Esau Edom, the system of Esau Edom, wants them in hardcore slavery. They think they've turned that corner.
They've changed.
They think they've turned that corner. That's how Jake is like, yo, see, we got past that, like, we out, man. No. The MOTB is the most hardcore form of slavery you could ever think of. It's worse. The system they're building is worse than any slavery you could think of, because these men want to track and trace your every activity and control it, and on top of that, controlling your brain and your thoughts,
your breathing, all that.
and they've been working on this since when? since 1776 and all them times there.
Even Carl Schwab was talking about, wouldn't it be good if I knew what you were speaking?
Yeah.
And all this kind of
So
stuff.
what does that tell you? Even through the whole civil rights movement, right? And they passed the civil rights. Were they not still working towards this agenda today? Yes. So that's why the scripture says, never trust your enemy, man. But a lot of them are gonna trust Trump.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's for digital IDs.
oh,
He's done a U-turn.
Australia's pushing digital IDs now. You know, UK in September.
I'm
they're
gonna
saying
give you a chip.
same thing.
It's gonna be the best chip. You're gonna come to me and say, Trump, you're the greatest guy.
Yeah,
Idiots,
get
man.
rid of immigration, all that stuff, you know.
So it could be Trump, could be. It don't matter who it is, really. But they're gonna try and get your trust.
They're gonna do the same thing.
Because you think they have your wealth, they believe, they're not racist no more. They got human rights and all this foolishness. No, these man, Esau still wants to put Jake in subjugation, man. Only Yahweh Shai is gonna free us, man.
Your welfare is not at the forefront of their mind, man. And this is what you don't understand. You think Esau's changed. You think he loves you. You think so? Yeah. You think that he loves you now.
Yeah.
It's been a lie the whole time.
But even common sense can tell you, okay, cool. So I looked it up. The Republicans have been in power quite a lot for the last 100 years. So if whichever party was supposed to be for you, when they got into power, things should be good, right? But it's not. Like
Sing song and dance,
it's the
right?
same bullshit. So why are you even buying into that? Why? Because you don't understand in the scriptures that there is something for you, and that's the only thing for you, which is Yahweh Shai, the kingdom of heaven. All right, go ahead.
So this is from time.com. It says how implanted things like Neuralink could change our lives. And one of the things it says is mood regulation. Musk has maintained that Neuralink could be used to help individuals regulate their mood and hormones, meaning that if they put these things in you, they'll be able to basically shut you down.
Yeah, show you that.
They're hacking the human body.
Yeah.
You know, what's it called? Which if you listen to the interview with at Berkeley with Aldous Huxley, that's what he spoke about. Biohacking. He talked about being able to use chemicals and technology to control humans, man. You know?
You see those tests that used to do on the bulls, right? Because when they see red, they get in a frenzy in it and they go crazy. But they was able to subdue the bull by having these electrodes in his fucking head. You know, they wouldn't react to it no more. So they have the capability of doing it. They've been testing it for a long, long time, man.
But they're gonna make it look like you're gonna get superpowers.
You said that in the article. Elon said, "Let's give these people
superpowers." And you trust Elon. I remember there was one dude there, some Somali don. He was like, "Yeah, I'll come to Mars with Elon Musk." I just looked at him like, "Yo, my nigga, listen, before you even leave Earth atmosphere, he gonna have a 20-inch dildo up your ass." Dumbass thing. I ain't going nowhere with Elon Musk, bro. Apartheid Elon, blood. Are you for real?
The guy that's wearing that bean suit and all that.
Which is dad. If you do the research, his dad and his mother, it was some crazy shit. And they were part of a cult, the Technocratic Society. Wow. Yeah, no, look it up. You ain't never looked it up.
That's why his daughter's in the equation.
It was his mother and then the granddad. They were actually part of high society. They got money in South Africa. They were part of a secret, well, not a secret society, but a cult which is about technocracy. It's basically rulership by technology. And they set it up in Canada. So he's been part of all that, man.
Get the government subsidies.
This is Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and maketh flesh his arm, whose heart departeth from the Lord.
That's right. They ain't looking for the Lord for guidance on what to do. They looking for one of these celebrity niggas to tell them it's okay. That's why it's so. Get Jay-Z up there. Them niggas will listen to him. What was that skit that my man does? Like it was what was it? Dave Chappelle. And he said, "What did Ja Rule think?" And it's not what Ja Rule think.
Yeah, a time like this.
Yeah, man. It's all about the profits, man.
Yeah, but that's what Jake did. Where's John?
Ja Rule got something to say about this. That's crazy. Yeah, go ahead.
So this is Revelation chapter 16 and 14. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, the devils, miracles. They were using these technologies and all these things to put spells on people. And you see World War III is getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
You see how it's brewing. And for years the apostles have said, yeah, them JOOs over there, they're the key. And you can see it, man. You can see it. These man, they're the key.
Yeah.
They're the key. They're the trigger. That's going to trigger this thing. And the beautiful thing about it is there's one thing that both parties don't argue about. Trump don't argue about it. In fact, if they argue, it's about how much they can support them JOO. It don't matter whether you're a Republican or a Democrat. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's one thing these men got hard on for, and that's that state over there. And what does the scripture say? And the least of the flock's gonna draw them out.
Also said Obadiah 1:3 that Esau's going to be greatly despised amongst the heathen. And that's why everyone's eyes is on them JOs. They're really the virus of the earth.
And some of them videos are crazy.
Yeah.
What was that video? There's a video of some guy, he went to pick up the birth certificate for his twins.
Oh, and then there was
And then when he came back, they blew them up, man. I'm like, yo, vocab, yo. It's like, that's crazy, man. You know, I don't know if it's true or not, but it's deep.
I got something. 2 Thessalonians 2:7. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way.
Yeah. And then you look behind it, this Harari guy. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Guy talks hella proud. And the worst thing is, you look at all the world leaders, they respect him. And they buy his book. So that shows you he's like a priest. And he's talking hella bold against the Most High. Ah, yeah, don't worry about God. Do what we want now. He can't do nothing. We got the technology. These guys are hella proud, man.
They're the one who wrote Sapiens.
Something like that. Yeah. You see the clips of him just talking hella proud. Esau's a demon, man. You got the trans thing. Everything he's doing is against the Most High.
That's right.
Everything he's doing is against the Most High. You know what he said.
I got something. Finish the rest of it. 2 Thessalonians 2:8 says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
That's Esau, Edom, and we're the only ones teaching the truth about who the so-called white man is. And he evidently is. It ain't Japheth. Esau ain't Japheth. It has to be this man. But this man has done so much evil in the earth, right? And destroyed the people in so many different ways. He got to be like a main character.
Yeah.
He got to be a main character. A side character can't do all this. Because if Esau's Japheth, I don't want to know what Esau's on. If this is Japheth, then what's Esau going to do? The actual wicked of the earth. Like how much more are we going to endure? What next level of demons is going to be unleashed in the earth, man? No, this guy ain't Japheth. This guy has to be Esau Edom, man. Because he's against the Most High in every way. This is the guy that made what's it called? Evolution. See that? Landed right in the middle as well. He's the one that made evolution a household thing. You know, they teach your children that they come from monkeys, man. And then test them on it, man. No, and that's racism. That's actual racism in the schools, man. That's eugenics. So they're telling you, okay, black people were the first people, white people came after, so they're the evolved form of the species. They're literally teaching your kids that in school today. But no one thinks about it like, oh yeah, if they're telling us that the first people from Africa and there's evolution and the white people came from black people, but yeah, that would mean that white people are the most evolved form of the species. Duh! They literally just telling your kids that, like. Come on, man. It's white supremacy in the school. Every school teaches that. Evolution. Some bullshit. Yeah, first, Lucy. From South Africa somewhere. Some bullshit, which they never found. You know, damn evolution. Esau can never be the superior.
Precept. Done with that, yeah?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Romans 1:25. And it says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve a creature more than the Creator, who's blessed forever. Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. But even their women they change their natural use into which is against nature.
Yeah, you see that the LG thing, they pushed the Esau pushed it down everyone's throats, and they targeted mainly at the youth.
Yes.
So yeah, our generation, yeah, there's some freaky dons. There's bare freaky. Even Jake, like hella Jake are freaky. It's disgusting, yeah. But the generation they really got to is the man them now that's like 11, 12, 13, 14. Bro, that generation is bare fish.
Can I jump in with Proverbs 22:6? Train up a child in the way he should go. When he is old, he will not depart from it.
Esau just,
They don't see no problem with it.
bro,
What's going
they
on?
are it.
Yeah.
They don't, yeah, you're right. They don't see no problem with it because they didn't grow up how we grew up. Because you're not allowed to play boom bye bye no more. Because even Buju Banton, that agent, he sold out and apologized to Batman. So now this new generation, yeah, he sold out. Man. That's why they gave him a visa. He got a visa to go to America. He's a convicted criminal of cocaine drug dealing, but he got a visa to go to America. Yeah, so you already know what side of the fence he's falling on right now. Fair about it, man. Anyway, yeah. So you got this new generation of Jake, yeah, and people in general are just hella LGBT. You go to the schools. If you got a child and you go to the school, when I was in school, there was one church. You know the one church because and it's that one white, let's say he didn't get treated well. You know what I'm saying? As it should be. Well, you shouldn't bully anyone. But he didn't get treated well. There was one. And maybe in the older year, there was another one guy, and he was getting bullied. Now, there's a whole clan of them. The school's just filled with LGBT and Down syndrome. That's it, man. Yeah. Autism, LGBT dons, and flipping Down syndrome. That's all you see in the schools, man. It's crazy. Esau's destroyed a whole generation.
This is Ecclesiasticus 7:16. Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners, but remember that wrath will not tarry long.
Oh, that's a beautiful scripture because that's how we know the time is coming closer where mass death is going to come down because the wickedness is on such a high level. It's so pervasive. It's so corrupt. It's never been like this before. This is crazy.
Or they make just like before the flood. The earth is the same state. But this is on a heavier scale.
It's mad because it's industrial. Like it's like Esau's just pumping out wickedness out there into the earth and the children. They're even chopping off man's penises and that, man. Like turning, gender swapping and all kind of craziness going on, man.
So the enticement of sinners from Proverbs 1:8. It says, "My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother." It says, "For they shall be an ornament of grace unto the head, and the chains about thy neck. My son, if sinners entice thee, consent thou not."
Yeah, that's right. This thing, the law is far removed from the minds of the people. If you talk about the law, you're archaic, you're old. Now we need to deal with this new thing. But then the new thing got you barley. The new thing's messing up your family. The new thing's messing you up. So we're living in an insane time where everyone's really complaining about the way things in, but at the same time they embrace the wickedness that's making it that way. That's called insanity. Confusion.
Isaiah 30:1 says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin."
Yeah, I know I was thinking about this now, the 501c3 charter. That's a covering that's not of the Lord. That covenant they made with the government, that's a covering that don't belong to the Lord. But that's our people. Did anyone get Acts the 2nd chapter? Where it speaks about separate yourself from this untoward thing. That's really what you gotta be on now. It's all about separating yourself. There's another one in 2 Corinthians as well, where it speaks about what does it say again? The one in 2 Corinthians where it says separate yourself, be not equally yoked with unbelievers. Yeah, that's the spirit you gotta be on now, man, because these people out there are even more weird, man. They're more weird, like, and if you be par with them, you're gonna fall.
One more.
Yeah.
Reading on Isaiah 30:2 says, "They walk to go down unto Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt."
That's right. That's why they're gonna take the MOTB. That's why the majority of our people, when the crisis hits, Esau's gonna come and say, okay, do this, do that, and they're gonna do that because that's who they believe in. But the elect are gonna seek to the prophet, seek to the word. They're gonna be guided through the spirit, and that's gonna be the separation between the two. But we don't believe in Esau, no form of Esau. Listen, there's no one Edomite that can stand up and then we're gonna listen to them. Oh yeah, but I could do this for you. We don't want nothing from you, but do what you're doing, innit? I mean, if you want to give man a pay rise, like, okay, cool, but we're not gonna follow you. We're not gonna follow you. We're gonna follow the Lord and what He has in store for us. Right? So if ever they put taxes up or put taxes down, I mean, they dropped NI the other day. You know, gratefully accept it. You know, but here's what it is.
Right, this is Acts chapter 2 and verse 38. Then Peter said unto them, repent and be baptized every one of you in the name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach.
In the what?
The name of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach.
So the name is important. You got Israelite groups out there talking about the name of the Lord isn't important, or we don't know the name, or whatever version of folly that they're saying. You got anyone that says that, you just got to leave them man where they are. You got to put them man back on the shelf. Right? This truth here, this elder here, me, everyone here, this all came under the names of Yahweh, what Yahweh Shai. Period.
Right.
Period. There's no, listen, this whole thing that you see going on was under those names. So how are you going to say we don't have the names? Why would the Lord let all of this happen under false names? To give glory unto falsehood. You got camps like One West, man. One West is just spread out and the truth is gone 4 corners of the earth. So the Lord spread his word through the 4 corners with a false name. They don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense. So if you want to believe and all that doubt about what the names are, then you can't come around with us anyway, man, because we're dealing with faith out here.
So the most I would have to do it again. Like the whole organization, start up elders, all these apostles and that. It's not gonna happen, is it? Because it's scripture says when you fall out, it's like you crucified the Lord again. So then it's the same kind of, it's like you can't do it again. It's not gonna happen again. It happened, no, it's not gonna happen again. The whole movement was of the wrong name, the wrong foundations, and that. And then that's gonna get scrapped, and in 2027, it's gonna be, that's bullshit. It made no fucking sense.
Some new guys in their places, you know.
Right, but then they're the people that the scripture says they climb up another way. They're trying to do that. They're trying to say, nah, that foundation of your whole Hashem, nah, that's not. No, we're the people. We're the ones. We just, and they follow the foundation, and then they get their own moment. And they go, oh, actually, no, this is. But they're fulfilling that scripture where it says, will someone get it right quick and go back to it? Someone get that right quick. It says they climb up some other way. You know where that's true.
Yeah, I got it right here. This is John 10 and verse 1. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber.
So you're a thief because you're trying to rob foundations and glory for yourself. You're a thief. The men rob men, sheep, and all that. You climb in there and try. Oh, you know, and that's why a lot of people that do that, they end up bugged out, man. They end up fucked up, change doctrine. Then they keep changing doctrines. Now the scripture says in a passage where a fool changes as the moon. So if someone just keeps changing a doctrine, how can you follow that person? A double-minded man, he's unstable. He's out of fuck. Are you gonna follow someone like that? How? You just
But not them giving to change.
Yeah. Like you're following it for every other, you know, actually health, everything. Oh, actually, you know what? The name, no, that ain't the name.
And Nate did one of the best videos on the breakdown of you know. And then when they saying, man, you gotta get rid of your government, you gotta get a Hebrew.
Yeah.
But then they say we don't know the name of the Most High. That's crazy.
There's a lot of these guys, man. You got the new wine guys.
They're not even.
Don't invoke them.
But it's just like a lot of them. That's why the Lord said in these last days, there's going to be a lot of men that are going to fall away from the faith. Give heed to seducing spirits, man.
Make it merchandise.
Make some merchandise. That's the new thing. You got to have a logo now. You know, if you ain't got a logo, you know, if you ain't got a 4K camera, you know, this is bullshit.
And then, man, is it the high priest?
Yeah, the high priest.
The high priest.
man.
When he's selling life
He's selling
coach,
everything. Man.
life coach or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
Selling the t-shirts, everything.
He's selling life coach, selling this, selling that, selling fitted caps. He's doing what you see, like he's monetizing his audience just like Fresh and Fit or something. They're gonna be yacht parties next,
Yeah.
and they're gonna charge 3,500. They're gonna be some bad Hebrew riches. I think. It's the same thing. Right? They're running the same scam that everyone, a lot of guys do. You build up an audience and then you try and scam them out of money, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that red pill thing they do. Yeah, I'll be your life coach. And it's always the same. You never really get what you pay for.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, just
Shut up, pussy. Then they have the yacht parties, but they're bringing the hoes that they're complaining about.
And the ones they're bringing
the
on the
advertising. Yacht parties.
Titus 1:10. But there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Yeah, so you got to be mindful of men in this so-called truth. More or less so than, niggas of the world, they're just, outside of the prohibitors of this truth. But the men of the actual truth, like so-called leaders, you got to watch them, man. That's why the Lord says, go pay them, man. Mark them through the Spirit. Listen to what they're saying to you. They're teaching something opposite to what we're teaching, contrary. Then you got to avoid them niggas, man. They're going to lead you to destruction.
It's worse because there's even a scripture that says, would have better that you would have not have known the truth. It's where someone actually knows how to, like, the information. Yeah, that's demonic, man. So people are going to be, the sheep are going to be watching you for, how do I get to the Most High?
Well, they said you can't worship. You're not supposed to worship your Havashah.
Yeah.
That's what the car is.
They say that. Madness, man. They come against that heavy. They're the problem with that.
Was it him that said you can't, Yahushua can't come into the temple?
Yeah, he said it. You have to wait outside for him. Yeah. He's the top of the right. That's why the Lord broke that shit up. Now you got the Genesis of the life. That's the Hassad and the car and all that. But they're gonna lose. That shit's gonna fall anyway. That's why Apostle said it. Look, GMS is the #1 camp, man. Whether you like it or lump it, Great Millstones the heads. You just have to deal with it, man. The Lord's dealing with those men, the apostles and elders, man. And everyone else comes under 100. Wait, that's why we say we have 100% truth. And we can say that, man. These other camps can't say that.
We ain't robbed nobody.
We ain't robbed nobody. We're not asking for no money and none of that, man. We just teaching this truth. All GMS is known for is edification, man. Multiple videos. Diligence. That's it, diligence, man. You can't say anything else about Great Millstone. We ain't here with the glorious camp garments and all that shit. We ain't about the material wealth and all this shit in this world, man. We ain't about none of that. It's about the knowledge, wisdom, man. All these other camps, they're about the accolades, getting accredited from the world. The appearance of it. Talent shows and all that shit. Out with the spirit.
I got one more. Says, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not.
And the Lord's going to stop their mouths, man. That's why the Lord slowly but surely is going to disband all these different mega church camps, man. The IUICs, the ISUPK, the GOCCs. The Lord will terminate all of them, man. Then it shall be known who the Lord's servants, especially when they implement that MOT to the B. And who's the main camp that's been pushing the doctrine or the prophecy of the MOT to the B? Great Millstone, man.
Not only that, martial law,
Mark Jacob's trouble,
destruction of America.
Yeah.
There's really the apostles that constantly were speaking. ITBK, they're a community outreach. That's what they are. They're community outreach. They're trying to get man off heroin and that's what they're doing. They're community. There's youth workers in the community. That's what they are. Same thing with that, because they're 501c3. They're a charity organization. You know what I'm saying? They're not really about it. And then you see this guy, Johanna already said, well, if you gotta eat, then you might as well take the chip. He said that when I forgot who the brother was who called up to the show and confronted him about the chip. And he said, well, if you want to eat, then you're gonna have to take the chip. So you already know what he's on. And if he say take it, they're gonna take it because they took the V. They took the jug shot, man.
They said, I'll never forget it. General Tazaya, because she came on GMS. That's his GMS, really. Yeah. And he said that they took it to show that they're not scared of being soft.
more mind playing. Like,
Well, I might as well just get a gun and put it to my head and blow my, you know what I mean? Pull the trigger or something. Just don't the scripture say, tempt not the Lord?
that's what the same thing. It's all about not tempting the Lord.
No, you took it because you got the 501c3 and you couldn't be seen to be coming against the agenda because it was a precursor to see if your gullible followers would just do whatever you say. So then the next time when they bring the MOTV, you could run the same play. Romans 13, well, take it because, take the chip because it's not the mark of the beast and you show you're not scared of Esau.
Oh, it's not in your right hand. That bullshit.
Yeah, all that, man. These guys, man, they're sold out, man. 100%.
It's like if you get, they'll say the same logic can apply to getting a sellout contract. Well, you took your contract because we ain't scared yet, so the contract's got no power, over them. Because when you do things, when you get to take that, or you get the, you're making an agreement. Oh, yeah. You made an open agreement with Esau either. You've signed up to his system. You've signed up to his God system. You're making a covenant. The only covenant you're supposed to have is with Yahweh Shem Shai, which is an agreement. Yeah.
I got a tiny little one.
Yeah.
They're teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake.
Money. That money that they're bringing in. They're bringing in a lot of money because the more followers you can bring in and you can get the money out of them, and they're living good off that money. And then that money is fried and they get the tax exemption for the 501c3. And they could probably get more money too, because when you're a charitable organization, then you can go to certain of Esau's organization and get money from them to do certain things. And then, you fiddle that money around. You know how to, the program.
Money laundering is basic.
The programs. But we don't get involved in none of that, man. If you want to learn how to read, and you can't read that. There's Esau's got something set up somewhere over there, so some kind of library. Or if you're on crack cocaine, don't come to me, because I'm not here to get you off crack. There's rehab facilities out there for you to get. When you get off the crack, then you can come.
Well, but you see what you're saying? You got brothers come off and shit like that just through the word by itself. Just come into the street, man, and come off that shit, man, because they have to. They're sincere about the truth. They come off that shit. They ain't got to set up a clinic.
You know what I mean? Food bank. Why do I need to set up a food bank? There's some Edomite with white guilt that will set that up, man.
You had a
Use the world. Yeah.
use the world, didn't it? You had the Jake with the Legion of Demons and Yahweh Shai cleansed them, and it said, all right, go back into the city and, spread the word.
Yeah, these guys, Have you still got Acts the 2nd chapter?
They really got stupid going around communities, neighborhoods, and that. I'm gonna get you off crack, drugs. In the name of being Israel. That's pathetic, man. That's stupid.
Was that the guy that said, Yahweh Shai just wanted to eat? He didn't do nothing.
Yeah, the 5,000.
Yeah, but when you get him off the crack, then what?
You gonna go back on it?
Give them a garment.
Well,
but like you said, really, that's Esau. That Esau's got the programs.
Yeah, them programs already exist.
They already exist.
We can just go teach the word, man. We don't need to be doing all that.
That's pathetic, man. You're gonna go and is that what the scripture says? Go around every neighborhood, getting crackheads on crack. But that's
Black Panthers
rehabilitating
the Black Panthers did, so they're set up to do the same thing.
That's that community
prison program, prison outreach program. We ain't got no time for that. Listen, put out the videos, come out here and teach, and who have ears to hear, let them hear.
Well, I'm just thinking the scripture that says if they speak and not according to this way, there's no light in it. It's like you got Jakes that ain't on no drugs. Yeah. They ain't accepted this truth, man. So it's about you.
And then you personally, like you might pass some dude that's homeless and drop him some money or whatever. Right. That's between you and the Most High and that person. Yeah. But this ministry is not set up for that. It's set up for the teaching of the word. Yeah.
This is James chapter 1 and 21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word, which is able to save your souls.
Now, well, hold on, but then they're charging. A lot of these men are charging, man, for programs and lessons and all this kind of stuff. They're not making it as accessible as possible. Then certain man, you got to give them your government details and all this stuff to get into lessons and all that. Listen, but just jump on the live, man. We ain't hide nothing, like it's all there. Feed you. It's the time for all that, man. Yeah, how the hell are you gonna do that in a system full of lies? You got, this truth. We're supposed to make the truth, blood the truth, as the scripture says. We're supposed to blood. Yeah. So how are you gonna pay? That's restricting truth. What if someone can't afford that? And we live with all these. This is a system of lies. So we're supposed freely receive, really give. And I'll make a push here. In terms of pushing this truth, right? The year of the push was a very important, powerful year. But we really pushed this truth out there, man. When you had because you got some of these camps at ISUPK, they got all these members, they don't really do nothing. A lot of them just,
The main leader, that's it.
press ups and they're doing squats and all that, which is all good. But they're not doing nothing. Whereas in Great Millstone, if you got a camp of 5 men, guess what? Those 5 men were pushing out videos like bam, 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 bam. And that made a big impact in the spirit, man, in this world, man. We were pushing that video out. So for people who are bums and don't have 4K cameras and all this kind of stuff, man, the work that we put out, man, it had massive effects, man. More than I actually don't really be doing no work. Them man take the winter off. They don't even go out in the winter.
Yeah. John chapter 21, verse 15. So when they had dined, Yahushua said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, Yea, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. So he saith unto him, Feed my lambs.
What, bread? Fish? It wasn't all about that. It's about the truth. It's about the truth, the word.
So that men shall not live by bread alone.
That's right.
But by the word. And then it also says you shall know them by their fruits. That's why you can see from the apostles. Now, the apostles didn't have to jump in no Boeing jets and no plane to go and spread the word. They just used the internet. As they always said, the internet does the heavy lifting, man.
It's like the digital highway, man.
Yeah.
The roads opened up, and this word's got out throughout the 4 corners of the earth now.
Matthew 10 and 6. But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, and as you go, preach, saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Heal the sick, cleanse the lepers, raise the dead, cast out devils. Freely ye have received, freely give. Provide neither gold nor silver nor brass in your purses, nor scrip for your journey, neither 2 coats, neither shoes, nor yet stains, for the workman is worthy of his meat.
That's right. You know what I was thinking? In Thessalonians, it says the Lord shall consume them with the spirit of the mouth. So we're ambassadors of the truth. We're messengers. We're all messengers. So we're supposed to put that out there, unrestricted. Just put the truth out there, because that's what's bringing this kingdom down. Like the pastors always get on the gimmicks and everything. You don't need all that. What the goal is to get the truth, the word, which is Yahushua, be spread over the planet. That's the goal. That's going to bring in the elect. That's going to cause spiritual damage. Damage in Esau's kingdom. Because all it takes is the word, man. The word of the Most High is powerful. That's it. That's all it needs.
We read in Acts 2nd chapter, when Peter was preaching, right? He basically cursed them, he condemned them, and because of what they did to Yahushua, and then they got pricked in the spirit, and then it said thousands of them repented that day. He didn't come with there were no gimmick. He just said what he had to say. He made a speech, and then man got pricked in the spirit and converted. So what more did he need? Did he need the 4K? Hold on, wait, I need to set up. Hold on, make sure my garment is, what I mean? Let me go home and get changed.
Stand on 1 foot juggling and this is not entertainment, man.
You said Acts the 3rd chapter, verse 5. And he gave heed unto them, expecting to receive something of them. Then Peter said, Silver and gold have I none, but such as I have I give thee. In the name of Yahushua Mashiach of Nazareth, rise up and walk. And he took him by the right hand and lifted him up, and immediately his feet and ankle bones received strength. And he leaped up, stood and walked, and entered with them into the temple, walking and leaping, praising the Most High.
Yeah, and now all those events here, where you hear people receiving their sight, the lame walking, it was real, obviously. It happened, but it was a representation of something that was going to have spiritually to the nation. Just like when you had the adulterous woman
that the Lord pardoned them for, that represented Israel. It happened to a real woman, but it represented Israel as a whole. When we come out here and we teach this word, right? And like we were speaking earlier about the energization of our people, you are blind, you are dumb, you are lame in the spirit. When you hear this word and you come up out of the world, that is a form of walking again. That is a form of seeing again. That is a form of your ears opening and your mouth opening so you can speak the truth. That's what we're doing with this truth. Like Elder Gabar said, this is spiritual power. Because when you teach this word and someone actually receives it, it's a form of healing that's happening to them.
Who's that?
Just as miraculous as someone walking again. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 55 and 11 says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereof I sent it.
That's right. It's all about this word and the power of this word, and stick it to it in that simplicity of the ministry. The reason these guys are adding all these complications is because they're wicked. That's why they're coming with all this superfluity and they're trying to find a way to merchandise, because really they don't want to go through the thing naturally. They want to just bring in as many people as possible because they really want to get to that money. That's what it is.
Second Ezra, First Ezra 4 and 38. As for the truth, it endures, and it's always strong, it liveth, and it conquers forevermore. Which are there is no accepting of person, only what? But she doeth the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things, and all men do well like of our works.
Right, and it is, like I said, the truth is the mark of the beast is the implantable eye of fire. They're not gonna turn from that, from teaching it. And like I said, every day it becomes more and more clear and apparent that it's true. And every day that these guys deny it, they're gonna look worse and worse and worse. That's been the case. They looking bad out there. That's why I remember them guys when they came to London, they were like, ain't no microchip, man. Everyone's talking about this microchip. I'll send you the video. You might not remember. Them brothers from Birmingham, ITBK guys. They had to address it, right? When he was like, ain't no microchip. Oh, yeah. But there already is. Yeah, it doesn't exist. They have to address it, man. And that's why they did a video. Nate was talking about CBDC because he had to address it.
Well, let Nate do that same video again.
He can't.
He won't do it again because it's stupid.
And he never that guy's remixed the scriptures, he can't go back. He's probably forgotten what he said last week.
No, you're a moron. I didn't say that, moron.
He changed it all the damn fucking time. Then he lied and say he never said it.
Yes.
When he gets caught out with the recording, he say, I never said that.
Yeah.
You know, like with Jacob Trouble.
When they said this King Solomon, they said King Solomon had the mark of the beast.
Yeah,
because that was ITBK.
Because he's dealing with white women.
Because he was dealing with white women.
Also because there's a scripture that says he built something with 666 bricks, something like that.
That's crazy.
That's
crazy. Yeah, these guys said all kind of crazy stuff, man.
I've got something real quick. Psalms 107 and 17, points in 20, start from 17. Fools because of their transgression and because of their iniquities are afflicted. And so abhorrent all men of meat. It says, and they draw near unto the gates of death. It says, then they cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saveth them out of their distresses. He sent his word and healed them and delivered them from their destructions. Like the brother said, the word's the healer. The word's the thing that heals you, not the 4K camera, not the technology. It's the word that heals man. You know, the words of the Lord. This is the Lord's Spirit coming through this book, man. That's why the Lord said he resideth in the volume of the book, and he was going to send forth the comforter to comfort his men in these last days. The word is the healing, not no fucking 4K camera.
Name too. The name's important.
The name, yeah, that's the first thing you learn when you come into this truth. The first thing you heard in this truth is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And like we said last week, brothers just heard the name and it just clicked up and just clicked in your spirit, man. It's like you had this epiphany. It just clicked. You didn't even doubt it. As soon as you heard of those names, you knew straight away that's the Lord's name. You didn't say, oh, that's not.
Yeah, they didn't question it.
You didn't question it. You didn't doubt it, bro. You just knew in the spirit that's the Lord's name.
The man said you could call him Yo Plate Yogurt, man. The Lima.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, randomly, isn't it?
Yeah. He got suspended
After he
and
got
then he
committed
he got
adultery
back.
or some shit.
He said he could call the name of the anyone that says that he ain't right, because if you read the scriptures, the name of the Lord was always kept in high regard. In fact, that's one of the 10 commandments, man. You can't take the name of the Lord thy God in vain.
What's holy commandments? Worship the Lord thy God.
It's the second one.
What's holy about yoga and yoga?
Don't say
No, you're not holy about that.
Yeah, that's
I'm like that. Got the name of the Lord.
Oh yeah.
So the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous runneth into it and are saved, man.
That just shows that they don't fear, man.
There's no fear.
Over IUIC.
But them Jesuits probably told them,
Yeah, you can do it.
take that name away, bring that confusion.
But they did the same thing with Compton. They told them to take the name out.
Yeah, Compton took the name out, and that's why they keep saying Christ. You know what I'm saying? But we're not calling on Christ. We're calling on Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, man. And that's part of our power. That's part of the doctrine. Because the Lord said, I have delivered unto them thy name. That's part of the doctrine. You can't separate the name from the doctrine, because then it comes, okay, so we've got this word, so who's it from? How embarrassing is that? Imagine that you have a heathen come up here, okay, this word, all right, whose word is it? We don't know the name, What? That's like, what, you don't know the name of your God?
Yeah,
Man, we gotta wait. We gotta wait. That's embarrassing, like. So you mean your God is so great? He revealed all these revelations for you, but he just didn't think to reveal the name.
But that's part of the scripture. When the Lord, it's going to the name of the Lord is going to be magnifying, and all the prophecies happen. So then you're going to know that.
Yeah.
You got one on it right there.
I just want to say something, because the whole point when the prophet came, they would
Well,
come in
no,
the name of the
that's-
Lord, so you'd know that he was a man of the Lord. If they ain't got the name of the Lord, then how do you know who said it?
Yeah, but we represent. We're messengers of
That's
this
right.
power.
The herald.
So we got to know who the hell that is.
Sirach 17, this is why on the Lima don't know the name. Sirach 17 and 10. And the elect shall praise his holy name.
Yeah, we don't represent ourselves. We represent the Most High. That's what you got. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh. That's what you got to understand. We're Israelites, which means what? He's a prince of that power. You know what I mean? It's like made this Israel. Well, we're Israelite, like it's a movement. No, the Israelites is an identity that is from the Most High. We represent, even in the name, like I said, he's the prince of the power. So yeah, you can have different movements like Black Panthers, this group, this. No, it ain't like that, man. We're messengers of the Most High. Point blank, period. Yeah, man.
This is Zechariah 14 and 9. And the Lord shall be king over all the earth. In that day there shall be one Lord, and his name one.
So that's what everyone's going to learn. That's in Romans 9. You read that whole chapter, that people are being wicked and they're worshiping spirits and doing all types of shit. But you're going to learn that that's the false way of life. That's the left-hand side, left-hand path to live that. And you're going to find out when the judgment comes that the right-hand side and the name of that's the right way. So that's why all this shit is happening. This wickedness that brothers are going into, they chopping off little boys' penises and shit like that. All of that, because that's the left-hand path. Yep.
This is Nehemiah chapter 9 and 10. And shewest signs and wonders upon Pharaoh and all his servants and on all the people of his land. For thou knewest that they dealt proudly against them. So didst thou get thee a name as it is to this day. So that's what happened, back then in Egypt. The Lord's name got famous. So when he brings his judgment to him now, it's going to be even famous again. But where that starting point, bringing it out.
It's going to be famous on a bigger level.
Yeah.
Because right now, like this truth, that it was completely buried.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People didn't know that we were Israelites. We didn't know who was Israelites. We didn't know who was Israelites. Yeah. The language back in the ancient world was actually speaking a language and stuff like that. Right. So it's going to come back on the biggest level it can. Which is prophecy, Hosea.
Yeah.
You know.
Jeremiah.
That's right. And us linking these scriptures together is a spirit. There's no way you can do that. You know?
Psalms 102 and 15. So the heathen shall fear the name of the Lord, and all the kings of the earth thy glory. When the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall build up Zion, he shall appear in his glory.
And this is where it starts, the word going out. But we're still in captivity and all that. So what do we watch for? Prophecies, this destruction, the chip, these things. Because the scripture says, wait ye upon me, right? So the Lord is going to be the one. It's going to, all this destruction that's coming, it's going to be so unbearable, so frightening, that people ain't going to know what to do.
So they don't have to understand it.
Right. They're not going to know what to do. And that's, we're stabilizing ourselves right now. We come out every week, we fast, we pray, whatever we've got to do. Warning, Jake. People scoffers, oh, why you do? Listen, man, you're going to fucking find out why we're doing this.
Precept.
All right. Yeah, go on.
This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 22. And the subheading is Israel to be renewed for his name's sake. Verse 22, it says, therefore, say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, I do not this for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for mine holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen whither ye went, and I will sanctify my great name.
Stop there. The name of the Most High. If you feel disrespected, like you can feel this, people disrespected. What people you get emotional? Well, what about the Most High?
Great name.
Yeah.
He through his son created everything. And people on there are proud, talking shit. There is no God, or whatever. All this and doing mad things, acting. Pretty much they act like they made the planet. This is their planet. All these heathens, they're doing what they want. That's why when mass judgment comes, people it gets cleansed and they get shown. You're taking the piss. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So if you look, let's say an analogy like you made like something, and someone comes over and I made that, and then he set it up and all that. And you're locked in a dungeon somewhere. So when you get out of that fucking dungeon, you'll be like, what the fuck was you playing at? Man? What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on.
Yep.
Because they, the name, and that's what we're the ones to declare the Most High, the name of the Lord, the prophets. Go ahead.
Yeah, it says, and I will sanctify my great name, which was profaned among the heathen, which ye have profaned in the midst of them.
Yeah.
And
if you got all these false names, which matter of fact, us getting the name is prophecy as well. I know Sakari tries to say that don't mean that. There's a couple of prophecies, they shall give them a tongue to call upon the name of the place. This, that don't mean that. All right, fine. You believe you keep believing that it don't mean that. How the fuck did we have the name in the ancient world and we call it the Most High? In this time, we're just not going to get that
in our greatest deliverance.
Right. Yeah. The Most High don't want us to have that. It's just you're not going to get it. It just don't make sense. Go ahead.
it says, and the heathen shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Even the Bible, the scripture says itself. The heathen shall know that I am Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. It says it. So what are you talking about? That's what it says.
Yep.
That's what it said, man. Read that part again.
Yep. And the heathen shall know.
And the heathen shall know. They ain't gonna not know. They ain't gonna know. They're gonna know. Read.
That I am the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, saith the Lord Yahweh power, when I shall be sanctified in you before their eyes.
So this is where it starts, and we're the ones declaring it. You're not going to get it in a Roman Catholic church. You're not going to get it, anything out there like that. All right. You're not the small hats over there. They said we don't know the name. Well, they don't even believe in the Messiah.
Right.
They're not in. We already know what they are. We're not. You know what I'm saying? We know what they're about.
So Jeremiah 7:25. Since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants the prophets,
daily rising up early and sending them.
Another thing is that when you read the book of Acts and stuff, when they were going on Paul and stuff, they always, there's that scripture where they said, look, we come in the name of Yahweh Shai. It's in there. That's what they were doing through the power of Yahweh Shai. That's the essence. That's it. There's many scriptures on that. People, how do I get this? Well, first of all, you gotta believe in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
First up. And that's what the principles of what people are being taught. And then even times where you teach people the laws and stuff, and you just come in, you ain't keeping the laws, so you grow into it, because you're gonna be reading scriptures and you're gonna be like, well, I don't understand that, or how are you gonna learn off brothers and that. We're gonna say, look, man, you gotta keep the Sabbath, you don't grow your beard, you do that, you don't eat pork.
Like some brothers first come in and ain't got a beard and all that, but then they learn that that's one of the laws, and then they start growing their beard, or they've got long hair. Many, they cut off their hair. It's growth, man. Baby step.
That's right.
It's like Paul was doing the same thing when they was coming up against him, because he was trying to get the Gentiles to come in, but he wasn't forcing them to keep the law. It's not about the law, it's about believing in the Lord, having faith. He had the Grecian, like Israelite foreigners that was coming in, but they were still in that Greek mindset, living a Greek lifestyle. But he was slowly but surely bringing them in, And then after a while, after they grew up in the spirit, then they'll get circumcised and do certain things. Right?
It's the same today. Like, let's say, it seems like depending on your background, obviously a lot of West Coast Jakes get circumcised, but that's Hebrewism of West Africa. West Africa, man, which proves they're Jakes. But you got a lot of people that come from the Caribbean or probably somewhere else, they don't do that. So you gotta come into it, man.
If you're born in the West, you wouldn't have done it.
Exactly. If you're born in the West, what you're basically gonna do is keep Western Greek custom.
That's right. Westernization.
Revelation 15 and 4. You shall not fear thee, O Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and glorify thy name. For thou only art holy, for all nations shall come and worship before thee, for thy judgments are made manifest.
Yeah, and you know what, man? Part of the kingdom and the organization of the kingdom is everybody being under the authority of the Most High, which is going to be governed by the Israelites. That's the kingdom. Someone get Revelation 2:25. Revelation 2:25. Hold on to that. Yeah.
This is Revelation 2:25. But that which you have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter. Shall we
read that again?
I'll read it again. Revelations 2:25. Revelations 2:25. But that which ye have already, hold fast till I come. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
Many precepts that back that up. The elects are going to be ruling over the other nations. You're going to have power over the other nations. Authority. You're going to be administering the righteousness. Because right now, that's why the Lord wants us out here. Esau is administering wickedness. They're the vessels of wrath. They're the wicked. They're the ones, they're pushing and administering, governing the earth over wickedness, man. That's why the scripture says when the wicked are in authority, the people go on. The earth's fucked up, bro. As we know, food, the air, economics, all that, everything's fucked up. You got all this wealth in the hands of a small group of people. Well, if you think about it, you got billionaires, millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires, yeah. But then you got people, how much do you make a month? Let's say in the UK, £800, I think the minimum wage has gone up now. I think it used to be pound. I
Sadly,
went
level
up
at
on
nine,
me.
so
It's gone up a bit, right? You talking about that? How the, you know, the little tweaks. But all right, £800 to a grand. All right, big deal. And then you got people, then dole £300, and then you got people in the third world countries. That compared to these billionaires, trillionaires, come on, man, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying, and look, masses of people that are in impoverished conditions. That's the wicked.
He said Esau has all the ability to do good in the earth, but he's not meant to do that. He's meant to play the role of the wicked to be destroyed, man. Right? To basically contrast Yahushai's kingdom. Right? Yahushai's kingdom will be full of righteousness, right? So this is the kingdom of the wicked. We're meant to see how bad things are going to get. So we have an understanding, to have an understanding how bad this place really was. You know, because right now people are like, oh, scriptures, oh, it's old, and you don't want to go back to the old ways and that. But you're going to see the old ways work. You know, those such commands of the Lord, they work, right? Nothing to be, you know.
And you know what the problem is, man? We live in the West, England, America, and shit. I mean, when you go, you got places out there that you got the Arab world. They're wearing robes and doing their shit, you know. So, and that's why the Most High's got us over here to condemn this system. You know, America, Babylon the Great, England, the mother of that. You know, these are the main places. Europe and all that, the beast and all this, all these mixes, you know, these, especially the wicked, the Edomite countries. They're the, you know, come on, man.
We've got this video going viral right now. It's in Sancho Pay, one of them plants over there, basically where the elites are. And they got a fucking basketball court on a yacht. Full basketball court on a yacht. You see the Edomites in the background, you know, throwing threes and shit. That's
That
the
might
lifestyle
not be,
they
that might not be you.
No, no, yeah, probably
Yeah,
not.
that ain't, I don't,
That's
I
the
don't reckon
lifestyle
that.
they lead though. That's the life of
Yeah,
the rich.
yeah.
That's a different lifestyle to the average Jake. Even the average citizen.
Caleb running that to come play a game.
Yeah. Bunny off in the
Yeah.
on the court. They live a different life. That's why they look at us as like they call us useless eaters, man. The elites just look at us as oil, you know, cattle that they can just slap a chip inside. They look at us as basically the same way they had us in chattel slave, less than animals.
So then the believers is the biggest threat to them. Yeah. You know, if they look at people like that, then an activated spiritual, you know, right, it's the biggest threat. Because,
especially when they pay billions to hide this truth. And those same men that they hate and despise are now receiving this truth for the spirit. They're like, that's why the Israelites are the biggest threat to the New World Order, man. Not the EDL or these other groups and all that Islamophobia and that BS. The biggest threat to the New World Order is the Hebrew Israelites, the true Israelites. That's why they're fighting over there in the Middle East right now.
That's set up by Amalekites.
Even the EDL is part of the whole Zionist thing as well. You know, they paid Robinson or Laxley, his real name Yaxley, Irish guy, they paid him. Stephen Christopher Yaxley Lennon, Irish guy. The Jake, but he's a wicked ass nigga.
Looks like Alex Jones.
They pay that guy.
I got precepts. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors.
So that's like what the elders talking about. Brothers is waking up through the spirit. We got this word through the spirit, man. The brothers are gathering from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One. And the word of the Holy One is what's making brothers come together. Not nothing else, man. It's the spirit, man. Esau knows this. That's why they're seeing us and they're getting scared, man. It's a threat onto them and their agenda. But at the end of the day, it's already written what's going to happen to them. They're fighting a lose-lose situation anyway. But we're going to get the kingdom regardless, man. Whether they want to, fight us or not, we're going to get the kingdom because Yahushua is coming. He's coming to take over this whole earth, man. There's no one that's going to be able to stop him.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
That's why they want to shut down the internet. The brothers are constantly waking up. They're seeing the numbers, they're seeing the algorithms and all of the videos of brothers waking up around the 4 winds. Esau knows the analytics and all that. So they're getting scared, they're shitting themselves. But what did they say at the end? They're going to see the strangeness of their salvation. They're going to be taken up in them ships, man, in glory, man. Yahweh Shah is coming to deliver his elect, man. The elect are not going to be deceived.
Yeah, Esau's aware of the shit. Nasser and all that. You know, Nasser's like, you know, every time Esau sets up programs, it's always of a Greek god, you know, idols. That's Apollo, the dragon. That's where he gets his power from. So we're dealing with people. You know, when we speak this and the average people hear it, man, they don't know what really is going on. They don't know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's levels to this, man. So them elites, they're seeing all the chariots. So they know, like the scripture says, they know they have a short time. Yeah. Is that what you got?
No, record not written.
Well, let's read that. But that's what's happening. So they're seeing stuff, and they know what they're doing anyway. They know what they've planned. So that's what really we're battling them elites. All these fucking peons out here. Like when all this shit kicked off and all that. These are just peons.
That's why they got arrested.
Yeah, that's exactly. Taking up the streets. They got, you know, the pawns getting, you know, getting their emotions manipulated. You know,
and the elites know who's.
When it happened, they thought it was certain that it wasn't. They're getting manipulated. They're getting manipulated.
It's all a game of warfare.
And their leader was on holiday in
Spain. But they go now because he's gonna get arrested. Come on, man. Give me a break. It's convenient now. When it's all popping up, you know. And you know what? He texts one of them.
Sweat,
right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Threw him under the bus. Yeah. The clocks. That's what he said. Yeah, he did. I don't know about that, man. The fox, but he doesn't really want to smoke. Go ahead, man. Because they had an interview before that, and he always, you know, he always gets interviews with Jakes, and he's always trying to kind of justify himself with the Jakes. I've seen it. He always does that. Like, I'm not really trying to say this and that.
He's J-double-O, and them J-double-O don't like Jake anyway. That's the fact. I mean, you can't be a friend to the J-double-O and a friend to Jake. No, it don't work.
Ephesians 6 and from 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Shai, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Oh, the name is part of the armor. That's part of the armor, is it not? No.
It says the elect will have the name.
That's part of the word. Yeah. That's part of the word.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
That's the people that we're talking about. You know, stuff. You know what we're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, they're witches. You're right, because a lot of that aspect of the world is kind of hidden from the average person, because they kind of told them everything's about science and technology, but they don't understand that they're still occultic. So a lot of what they do is still based in witchcraft, in numerology, and human sacrifices, and worshipping demons, manifesting demons, man, seances, all these different forms of witchcraft. Esau operates in at a high level. But you know, they think, oh, the Nigerian man, the Obia man. Nah, the Haitian, the voodoo man. Esau is running all that. Esau is a part of all of that, and on a high level. That's why you had this guy, Aleister Crowley. Man, he was having meetings with Satan, basically, man. You know what I mean? They called him the beast, man. They respected that guy, man. Satan was working with him, and he was he did like rituals, like he had his woman have sex with a goat and then an altar, and then he ate it. And then the sick, depraved rituals he was doing, even his followers couldn't keep up. So they went to they were living out there. I think you know.
Italy or some famous Italy or Spain. No, but he rented somewhere in Italy and that. And he had this villa, and he was doing rituals.
Lake Como?
I don't know. And he had things written on the wall, paintings. Yeah, do you know what I mean? And a lot of his followers ended up in psychiatry.
Yeah, they left it.
Like girls he had. There was one story, he was on a boat coming from America. And this is to show that how he was just sitting there, and this bird was on the boat, and she just fucking, whatever he did to her, she never left him to the day she died. And she died. She was going somewhere else. She didn't go to her destination. She was supposed to be going to her family somewhere. and she didn't. She just. She didn't. She didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I was gonna bring out because you brought it to my attention. You got a film called 120 Days of Sodom, right? Which I ain't watched it, right? But it's a film. It's banned. It's a banned film. And the guy, the director, right? The director that did it, she got killed. And the film is supposed to be based around the nobility taking people out into these castles and all that, and doing all these rituals and all this, eating PCs and doing all these sick demonic rituals, man. The odious works of witchcraft to these children and so on. And then when you go to it, it goes back to what's the guy's name? Sade Marquis de Sade, or Marquis de Sade, who was a French nobleman. And it was exposed that the French noblemen were doing these things, which is where you get the term sadomasochistic or sadism. Like sadism. It goes back to Marquis de Sade, right? And so it shows you that the elites have always been involved in witchcraft, in the occult, in blood sacrifices and all these different odious works. But that's nothing new. That goes back. The Egyptians were doing it. The Babylonians were doing it. The Canaanites were doing it. The scriptures speak about the odious works of witchcraft, the feasts of blood.
Esau copied all of that.
And Esau just copied all. Well, he took all that witchcraft and that wickedness, and he's still doing it. The Queen, King Charles, all these, they still do that, man. So this elder here, he told you go places in England, and it's hella spooky. You got whole villages in England filled with witches. People might not believe it, but it's true.
Everything's done in the dark, behind closed doors, stained windows.
They show you that in the movies, man. When you go to a village and then everyone's in on the cult, you know what I mean? Like it's a cult, it's a coven. Just like Hollywood. Hollywood is a giant witch coven. That's what it is. It's a coven of witches, and you get inducted into witchcraft when you join Hollywood.
You got that movie, that famous movie, Eyes Wide Shut. Yeah, that was shot in a Baron Rothschild, one of the Rothschilds' houses, man. So they do those things, man.
Yeah. It's from Nahum chapter 3, verse 4. Because of the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft, America. This is where all the max witchcraft's going on. The brother mentioned Hollywood. That's the whole demonic spreads throughout the whole earth. That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft.
Fashion designers and that. France, certain places.
Amazing. With the White House was I believe the Statue of Liberty, which is basically a man in drag that represents Lucifer. That was the French Freemasons gave it, and that's a symbol of America. They pushed that out there. Yeah, when you think of America, you think of the Statue of Liberty with the light holding the flame. The Prometheus type thing. Then you go to the Capitol building, and in there they got the apotheosis of George Washington depicted as a lord in the heavens, and you got all Roman and Greek gods, which they put over all the different areas of American life. You got the White House. You know what I'm saying? Like the Washington Monument is down from which is from Egypt. Like the brother said, they got one of them here in London too, down there, Tower Hill, right?
Yeah, you got Sphinx as well and all that stuff.
The Sphinx and all that.
My brothers went to do a sit down next to it. All hell was breaking loose. Waters was roaring. Brain started coming down. Like all hell just started breaking loose as soon as we did the sit down, man. I remember that day vividly, man.
But the people are ignorant because obviously they don't teach you about the occult and all these different things when you go to school. So you'll be watching a TV program and they're just casting spells, and you don't know because you're ignorant to the ways of Satan. But that's how it is. Like the Washington DC, when they laid the cornerstone for Washington DC, it was a Masonic ritual. There's a painting of the ritual, and you got my man there in his Freemason garment laying the cornerstone of Washington DC. So that whole area is like a giant talisman of evil. You got the Pentagon faces the North Star, which is the god of war, and it's a pentagram in itself. So they're channeling demons. the ley lines, all that stuff, man. So Esau's like the elders getting into. Esau's into high level idolatry and witchcraft, where he's working with these different idols from the ancient world. Do you know what I'm saying? And channeling demons, man. But that's on the left hand side. So in order to stand up against that, you can't fight that with guns, and you got to fight that on a spiritual level too, with the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua and with this word to overcome.
That's the only way you can defeat it. That's right. You mentioned earlier that those names are, part of the armor that we got to protect us.
And it said that the devils tremble at that name. Yeah, that's the only way you're going to be able to defeat Satan and the angels on the left hand side using that name.
Because they're pushing their names. Like, you got to wear trainers, but then look at Nike. Nike's the idol. That's a Greek. There's so many idols that they push out there on the people. They push those names. Starbucks. You got American Gods, that program, and they show you how they modernize the idols, man. They find a way for you to take part in these mini rituals, like these stadiums and all these things that they do. The presidential election, that's a ritual. The inauguration of the president, and the president is a priest, basically. It's a high level witch.
That's why you can't trust in the flesh. The name of the Lord, that's spiritual. That's what you're saying about the demons tremble at the name. So that's our battle. The names of the Lord, the spirit, man.
This whole world is covered
because exactly you can't carnally all these clothes you wear, can't. Yeah, because you got people that trust it. Well, I've got a fringe on every t-shirt. That's a whole other thing. But God, come on, man.
This is 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High Yahweh to the pulling down of strongholds.
And Sakari and I tried to scut at that reasoning, because they said, well, we say that at the cross, when the Lord said you'd be in paradise with me, he was of the elect. They say they don't mean that. He just died and went to the spirit world. So that's not an example that you can believe at the end. That's what they agree.
What's that about?
The Lord didn't the scripture say the Lord have mercy on whom he will have mercy. Right. So if the Lord chooses to have a mercy on a guy, like, that's because his name was written in the book from the foundation of the earth. The prodigal son.
And even a penny as well. They both got paid the same way for doing the same. They did a different. They put some labor in, but they got the same pay as another.
Saying he that believe for me, saying he should be saved, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
So he believed at the end. So why wouldn't he be saved?
So the guy humbled himself and bowed himself to Yahweh Shai. And it wasn't kind to him for righteousness.
Sakari's not going to.
But that would make the scriptures untrue then.
He's the wicked 2/3. Why? Like, because the man literally humbled himself and repented.
That's what it's all about.
I think
But he did because he testified.
He cut the guy that was saying,
even his story is worse. Because we're reading it. We're reading it. You know what I mean? As a testimony. So how's it not gonna work?
That shows that these Sakari guys ain't right.
They're not spiritual.
That's why they call them Sakari.
See, when you're in the truth, we do the carnal things like keep the law and stuff. That's governing. The laws govern the flesh, govern the carnal principles of the flesh, boundaries and stuff. But the spirit's got to keep it at some point. Where's the spirit at, man?
You guys ain't spiritual rule. You say the word of Paul's not the word of the Lord. Lord's dealt with Paul 1-to-1, face to face. He dealt with him. How he's not for 3 years? How did he not get the word of the Lord?
Yeah, that's because he liked to have long hair. Yeah. All that was because he wanted to have long hair. He likes his image. He likes the image of himself with long hair. Yeah. And he tried to pull the Nazarite thing, and it weren't running. So then he. Imagine you tear down Paul just so you can have your long hair
to wear hats,
and you can wear hats because you don't like his head top. Bro, I don't like my head tops. My head tops it's moving crazy right now.
They say he put himself above Paul, though, as a man of the Lord. He man put himself above Paul.
He's
Man,
crazy.
don't do
man.
that. You don't know if you're saved yet.
That's narcissism in the highest degree. When you're for your own vanity, you're gonna disannul because you want to wear a fitted cap while you teach. It's crazy. And then he tried to debate about what's prophesied. Oh, what's prophesied? Like he was trying to pull that one too. So like, if I'm just chatting to someone about the scriptures, am I really prophesying? You know, that's bro. The guy is just a self-serving narcissistic demon, man. I mean, it's mad.
You said
Yeah, go on.
yeah. First Timothy 2:5 says, now at the end of the command is charity out of a pure heart and of a good conscience and of faith unfeigned, from which some having swerved have turned aside unto vain juggling, desiring to be teachers of the law and understanding neither what they say nor what they affirm.
That's definitely represents the high priest Elazar, man. That represents him perfectly. Like I said, we know this guy, man. We've seen the rise of this star into the sky. And we know what it is, man, and we get it. Like, you're a young man and you want to look cool. We've all been there. Listen, I've been there where my mom's trying to make me wear trousers to an event. And I'm like, nah, I want to wear jeans. You know what I mean? And then when I got there, everyone was wearing trousers. But the point was, I wanted to look cool. I understand that childish nature where you want to be cool. So I like my long hair, you know? You want to look cool. So it's like, okay, done with Paul for that. No, you have to, the scripture says when you're a child, you did childish things, but when you're a man, what? You put away that childish nature. You become mature. Just because your hairline's receding and you feel it don't look good, doesn't mean now you need to find a way in the scriptures to justify wearing a hat. That's very childish, man. Like, just firms it, man. It's not that deep.
So to get rid of the old man. Yeah, the old man. Yeah. It's part of bearing your cross.
Listen,
You
in
could
this
just get a
world,
lineup and then you'd look substantial, but
You
that's
can't even
against
get a
the law.
lineup. No, you can't.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't.
but
You
that's
got
the
to
world.
work
Man will find a way to so that they can have their lineup
Yeah.
because they don't want to look,
Yeah.
you know.
It's just
So your hairline might be crooked or something.
You know what I'm saying?
I really like the elders apostle was saying. So you're doing it for the galleys.
Yeah, it's
You're doing
vanity.
it for that attention.
You're doing it for vanity, man. It's not necessary. I wear caps, but I
Not
just
at
don't
camp,
wear
though.
caps when I'm at camp. Like, what's the problem? What's the deal here? But you know, I don't know.
You want to look cool in the camera while you're prophesying. You know, like you're.
And they're really, that's another gimmick because they're really selling it to Jake in the world.
Yeah.
That's why they'll be wearing a Givenchy
T-shirt, garments.
Amari, and Mary or whatever it's called, all the designer clothes with fringes because they want to entice Jake. Like, oh yeah, they're cool. We can be around rappers.
Limited edition.
And that's why you wind up guys down the road of holding the Passover in the strip club because
Oh, that's Jake's. That's the new church.
yeah.
It's the harlot house right there.
Well, every Israelite camp's got their angle, man.
Yeah.
You know, ain't nothing fucking new at the end of the day. You know, but they're just another gimmick group. You know, it's crazy.
Precept. Wow. Sure. This is First Timothy 4 from the top. Now, a spirit speaketh expressively, but in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Yeah, and it's a seduction because, like, your carnal body desires certain things on an immature level, and so them seducing spirits, like, oh, you want to look cool. Yeah. Like, look at your head top. Like, it's a seducing spirit. It's like that thing of, instead of being disciplined to do things a certain way, you want to do the things you want to do it because you feel like it's more comfortable. So it is like a seducing thing. Oh, come over here because our camp will allow you to have a lineup. And it seduces you. Oh, don't you want to have your lineup? Don't you want to line up?
I don't want to look silly.
Yeah. Or dreadlocks. I want to look like King Bart.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know? So that's what it is. It is a seducing spirit that seduces you, that draws you in, like a woman.
Yeah.
But as a man, same way with a woman, an adulterous woman, you have to hold discipline and say, nah, that's not for me. And be comfortable being uncomfortable or kill that nature. And then after a while, you don't even care, man. I used to have long hair, man. Fuck it, I cut it, man. It's cool. Like, what's the big deal here? Just cut your damn hair, man.
It's not the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world. That's called being a man.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Yeah.
Barbarian across daily.
Yeah, and it's not even that deep, man.
Yeah.
We're talking about having a hairstyle.
Yeah.
Like, what hairstyle is worth anything anyway? Like, come on.
Yeah, I got a precept. It's like you said, this and this language. Oh, pretty much throughout the whole of Paul for that.
Yeah, just for that, man. Because you remember when he was trying to, oh, wait, I took a Nazarite vow. You know, he pulled out everything out.
I took a Nazarite vow.
He cut his hair. He cut his eyebrow. He was trying to pull everything out of the woodwork to try and justify his long hair because he didn't want to cut it. That's what it was.
Imagine when those pictures with before he was in there. He had that when he was Alice.
Hilarious.
Yeah, he had the long hair. He had the Alice. Called himself Alizé. There's pictures of him back in that go back. He's had that long hair for a long time. He had it all down here and he had the Alizé bottle.
And that hair's probably got deep. If he actually cut the hair, maybe the
That's a vow, man.
And it wasn't because he cut his hair, it's because he broke his vow.
Lord, they're speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
Yeah, you know, he hasn't changed. He hasn't grown up. We thought maybe he was going to mature and overcome, but he hasn't grown up. You know, from the very time when he came up against the Apostle Makar, he went on Black Consciousness. He had his own channel, and he went on Black Consciousness on Sarnetta TV. I remember. In fact, I got the link somewhere for the actual video. And he was roaring out the gorilla. They introduced him, the gorilla Hebrew. He had an intro from Sarnetta. Man had a demon like Sarnetta, some black African demon, giving him an intro. It's the gorilla Hebrew. And these GMS guys don't know what they ain't no real. I'm thinking, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing with these guys? Even if you had a problem with the elders, why would I go on some Egyptology platform to disrespect my own elders that taught me the truth? Like, and that's when I understood, okay, this guy is clout chasing. He's emotional. He doesn't want to seem like he's been put down, so he had to make a statement. No man can't tell me. This that unruly, childish, teenage boy just bugging out behavior, and he hasn't grown up from it.
Surah 32 verse 17. A simple man will not be reproved for refining an excuse according to his will.
That's what it is. And then so now he elevated himself to high priest. So now you can't tell him nothing. In fact, he said only a Levite can rebuke him. So it's like, okay, bro, like this is the ultimate plot armor. He just plot armor.
He calls himself Chief White.
Chief.
I think he does. George calls
he does.
Chief
Yeah. Of course, because when you're the chief high priest, now you can really just do what you want, and nobody can't tell you nothing. And that's really what he wants. He wants the agency to do his own thing.
That's how it's shy. That's isn't it? Go into it. Yeah.
He nullified
even
that.
Before there was, even before there was Levites, Yahweh was a priest through Melchizedek. He shows you that higher order. He was above that. You know what I'm saying?
This nigga said Howard Shah has to wait for him outside of the temple.
Yeah, but so is he? But okay, he's a high priest, so is he from the lineage of Aaron?
That's what
You
he's
don't
trying to
know
say.
that.
Where's his records?
But technically, if you're saying you're the chief high priest, you're really saying
You're above Yahweh Shai.
yeah, if you're gonna get taken.
That's why he said you don't have to worship Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, that's why he's taking. Right, he's getting exalted, but he's way above. He's putting Yahweh Shai down. And that's the book of Hebrews. When you really got a lot of people don't even know how to do it. They look in Hebrews and they think Hebrews is saying that he shouldn't keep the law. That's a disgusting. They don't know what they're talking about.
That's the Christian
That's the Christian understanding. But it's clear. There's another scripture. It's clear, man. They go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 14, verse 7. And he put forth a parable to those which were bidden, when he marked out how they chose out the chief rooms, saying unto them, when thou art bidden of any man to a wedding, sit not down in the highest room, lest a more honorable man than thou be bidden of him. And he that bade thee and him come and say to thee, give this man place, and thou begin with shame to take the lowest room.
And this is why we don't get caught up in all these fucking titles that get handed around, man. Because we all know we're waiting for Yahweh Shai to bless us and to crown us, man. That really put us in our place. You know, all this, so, you know, putting titles in yourself, don't mean fucking shit here, though.
All you got to do is teach. So the scripture says that bid to the marriage. You know what I mean? Yeah, there are ranks and it's gonna be, but that's for this order. You know what I mean? So we know what's going on. So then, you know, people are gonna act out, and people are gonna get kicked out or approved or you know whatever reason, whatever. But all of that right now, that's sitting on thrones and all that spirit right now. But all the
Power trip, man. You know, because Yahweh Shai is the only one that's really worthy to give us those places. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We can't give ourselves places.
Well, even I think no, that, but even that's from the Most High.
Most High.
Because the scripture says, because it was
James,
like,
John.
he was like, well, where shall we sit in the kingdom? And he said, well, of that, the seats, I ain't got the power to give to do that. You know,
With their parents, right?
Mama.
right?
On the right and the left.
So that's like preordained. That's really who you are. You're already born with that. But when you're created with
those things.
you know, you are who you are. You know? So really, it's carnal to try and I want to be this person. That's bullshit. That's like being a devil. That's like Edomites. I want to be, you know. Yeah, that's
want to
sit in Moses. Yeah.
This is the book of John, the 3rd John chapter 1 verse 9. It says, I wrote unto the church, but Diotrephes, however you pronounce it, Diotrephes, who loveth to have the preeminence among them, receiveth us not. Wherefore, if I come, I will remember his deeds which he doeth, prating against us with malicious words, and not content therewith, neither doth he himself receive the brethren, and forbiddeth them that would, and casteth them out of the church. So this was a done that he came into this, the ministry. But as they said there, he wanted to be the leader. He wanted to be the head, to the point where he even rejected the elders in Jerusalem. And that's this guy's spirit, man. He wants to have the preeminence. That's why he's got Sakari, because he couldn't really be under no one anyway. Let's be honest.
Rebellious.
He can't be under no one because he got to have things his own way.
Just on this thing about the Levi, I've got the precept here regarding the Levites and how they're supposed to adorn themselves, right? This is Leviticus 44, Ezekiel 44, and I'll start from verse 16 or 15. But the priests, the Levites, the son of Zadok, that kept the charge of my sanctuary, when the children of Israel went astray from me, they shall come near to me to minister unto me. They shall stand before me to offer unto me the fat and the blood, saith the Lord power. The Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai says, they shall not enter into my sanctuary, they shall come near to my table to minister unto me, and they shall keep my charge. Let me jump down. Main point, verse 20 says, neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer their locks to grow long, they shall only poll their heads. It says, neither shall any priest drink wine when they enter into the inner court. Now this guy's guilty of having that long ass hair, which he refuses to cut. Even though it talks about the locks, it talks about braids, I'm not talking about no dreadlock shit. And then you guilty about drinking honey wine during the Passover, but you're supposed to drink actual red wine. Is that part of that covenant with the Lord?
And he's doing it to circumvent, trying to placate so he could participate with the Passover, but still maintain his Nazarite vow.
Yeah,
you can't.
You're supposed to break the Nazarite vow.
That's why Paul, like I mentioned, Paul, the guy you deny, who was a Nazarite, when in making himself ready for the period of the Passover, what did he do? He had to fold his hair, cut his hair, and everything, all eyebrows, everything, because he knew I had to keep that holy day and be able to drink wine. So
this guy's a hypocrite. He's a hypocrite.
He was on Nazarite from birth, like Samson, you know what I mean? Like,
this guy come from a hole in the wall. He didn't know he was a Levite until he came to the street. So he's just proud, man. That's why the Lord in these last days, the Lord's going to keep it shedding the light and showing these guys to be the false prophets that they are. And he's going to destroy them, man. That's what's going to happen. The Lord's going to make examples of these guys. So they're just too proud and they don't want to repent as well.
Yeah, I got a precept. Yeah, this is Job 15, verse 31. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be the recompense.
Yeah, you know the vanity is all them cheerleaders that you've got. But they ain't gonna save you, man. Cheerleaders and people on the comment board can't justify you. Oh yeah, you're a great man. Any clown can get a couple of followers, man. People that's gonna gas you up on the internet. But that's vanity. What's gonna happen when you really are? You have to go before the mercy seat of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's the Lord that's gonna justify you and say whether you was doing the work or not. You could have a bunch of people gas you up online, which is what this world is all about. You get people on giving you likes, and you can't get caught up in all that. That's vanity. You feel good about yourself. Yeah, you got straight. Even what's his name had followers. That other demon, what's his name? Not Crackhead Boy, Nature Boy, man. He had followers. He ain't right.
Nature Boy,
he got stabbed.
He got stabbed. Yeah, they made a sense. You see that video? You know, black bitch, just like.
Yeah, he had a bunch of them down there on the island doing freaky and mad crazy shit. Does that mean he was right? But you know, when you got people following you and listening to your every word and praising you and exalting you, that's can be vanity as well. You know, but the Lord could cut all that off easy.
Says, Romans 12:3, for I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High hath dealt to every man the measure of faith.
So how did this man go on a fast track course and become the high priest? That shows you he didn't take heed. Well, where's that from again?
Come up,
there you go. There you go. Paul's right, isn't it? So you weren't trying to listen to that too much. But you know you've taken that route where you think of yourself more highly than you should when you just went fast track to being a high priest. Even in the scriptures, right? So if you want to, because you want to talk about the law technically, I'm sure you had to be over like 20 what? 21, 25. No, it's 25, isn't it? 25 to become a priest. That's just to become a priest. Standard level. And remember, if you were 25 as a Levite to be a priest, you didn't start training to be a priest by like on a fast track course for 1 year, or like you're doing forklifting or something. Like you went on a 2-week course. Oh, I'm a priest. You were being trained to be a priest from the day you were born. So it took 25 years of being a child, going through 12, 13, 14, 15, watching, learning. And then it's like, listen, you can only actually perform the office when you're 25. And I believe the high priest was fit. I might be getting that.
I don't know. It was at 50, you could have end your office at 50. But I don't know about high priest.
What was the one for high priest? I'm sure there's an age you have to be a high priest. I can't remember off the top of my head.
What he was trying to say, one of his videos that the apostle is too old to be a priest.
But then he's too young. Then he's too young. How much training have you had to be calling yourself a high priest?
Samuel's mother, Hannah, she prayed to the Lord, and then basically from the day he was born, and when after she weaned him and everything, they presented him to Eli. So that's how that's a like high, you know. I don't know if he was a high priest, but I know. He's up there. You know what I mean? Trained. Yeah.
It's a serious office, man. Yeah. This guy wants to be the head of the whole of Israel. You know, you can't even manage your own camp. You know,
yeah,
all kinds of disparity going and discord going within your own camp. But you want to be the head of the head priest over the whole nation. You're mad, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Like, how are you a high priest? I just can't get over it. What did you do to become the chief high priest? It's crazy, man. You just making things up, man. You just added that. We know this guy, like this guy just came up. Seattle, wasn't it? Like Seattle.
San Diego, I remember when he had
West.
No, he's not from LA.
No, not LA.
No, he's not from LA.
No, I'm not saying he's not from LA.
No, you got he's not from LA.
Yeah.
No, seriously. That's like saying, yeah, it'll come to grip. Like trying to, he's from San Diego, he's not from Los Angeles, Compton and all that. You gotta do that because that will. Yeah, it's from LA. He ain't from LA. It's California is the state, and Los Angeles is where he got all that. It's like obviously San Diego's close to that, but he's not from LA.
Even Apostle Tahar didn't call himself chief priest, right?
Never.
And he's a Levite, and he's been in the truth longer than this guy. And this guy was in there fast track, bro, like 4 or 5 years too. I don't know.
He's got to do something to one up though.
That's what it is.
It's to one up.
Give yourself a title to justify, right? Okay. Give yourself a title to justify. You ain't got to listen to nobody.
Self-exaltation.
The Levite one?
Yeah, go on.
It says Numbers 8 and 23. It says, and the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, this is it that belongeth unto the Levites, from 20 and 5 years old and upwards, which shall go into wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Where's the tabernacle? Like it's just like no, we're doing the priestly duties according to this ministry. This ministry is likened onto a priestly duty. But what he's trying to do is like act like we're in ancient Israel and there's a temple and he's a chief priest now. Like what are you
But that's
doing,
what the
man?
scripture says. Yahweh Shai said that. What did he say, man? He said that there was nothing concerning Greek.
Yes,
Hebrews 7:14.
Right. Let's read it. Let's just read it. Right.
Hebrews 7 and 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah, of which tribe Moses spake, nothing concerning priesthood.
Backing that point up. So I mean, we're all priests now. We don't read about what. It don't matter what tribe you are, and that's what that was going into, and how and that whole book Hebrews shows you that it's really fake.
That's why he did that.
So if you say like a Haitian or a Levite comes up to the camp, yeah, if you're not like a Levite, then you just can't rebuke him enough. Put a phone call in, so like you need to phone a friend because you like, only a Levite can rebuke a Levite or something like that.
Who's that? That's why the Lord did that. That's why he said that, man. When under the order of Melchizedek, disbanded that whole Levite premise of them being a holy high priest. Now we're a nation of priests.
Yeah, because Yahweh Shai was a high priest before the Levites were even around. That's what he's saying.
Exactly.
So when the tribes, he set up, different principles. Okay, we got. But before he was a Levite before they were Levites. He was a high priest. So it just shows that it's not just fixated to a Levite. Even before the Levites were set up, it wasn't even fixated to a Levite.
And even when you deal with how the Levites became the priest, they're meant to have I believe the head of the household was meant to be a priest unto the Lord.
Yeah, the
And
firstborn.
then
The Lord at
the
first,
firstborn.
the Lord gave the firstborn, and then he set up the Levite.
But that shows you that through the Spirit, there's a reason why it was meant to be the firstborn, because it represented what? The first spirit, the first fruit. Yeah. But Levi, for the sake of how everything went, that's how Levi got what they got. So you'd have a high priest and everything. It's all spiritual. It's all deep. It's not okay, I'm a Levite. Like, no, if you read the scripture, you understand that there's things going on. It's an office. Yeah.
It's like Yahweh Shai said, told the Pharisees and
He said that I've come before Abraham, something like that.
Abraham was happy of see my day.
Yeah. I got a precept there quickly, man. This is Numbers 11:29, and this was after I believe there was 70 elders that started just prophesying.
Yeah.
And they went to Moses like, yo, what's going on? And Moses said unto him, envious thou for my sake? Would God that all the Lord's people were prophets, and that the Lord would put his spirit upon them. But ultimately, that's what's happening. The Lord is sanctifying all Israel to himself, beginning with the elect. All Israel are going to be, there's going to be order, but all Israel is going to be likened unto priests and prophets and men of the Lord. That's why the scripture says, all shall know.
Right. Well, even Moses said it in Exodus 19, we're going to be a nation,
kingdom of priests.
Just a point to land back on what you said, even that's why, damn, man, when you had other people prophesying, But you basically you got other, you know, the others that were casting out demons. The other man, vagabond, yeah, and they were saying, you know, guy Pete was guiding them saying you can't preach, but the Lord was saying, no man, let them do their thing. You can't cast out demons without, you know, being able spirit allow you to call on my name. So it shows you beyond all this order and rank, it's about the spirit and everything.
And it's like it says, and it is yet far more evident, for that after the similitude of Melchizedek, there ariseth another priest, who is made not after the law of a carnal commandment, but after the power of an endless life. For he testified, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
See, Yahushua is the ultimate priest, man. There's no other priest really other than Yahushua, but he's in his kingdom. We're going to be joint heirs, so he's giving us the blessing of being joint heir priests in his kingdom, man. And he's the ultimate high priest, man. You know, he just read it.
Yeah, he made everything.
Yeah.
You know, he actually made everything. You know what I'm saying?
And everything under the heavens and the earth is Yahushua, man.
It's number 2. That's the head of the Ahada.
But this nigga said you don't have to worship Yahushua, and he's the high priest. Like he created everything. So you already know the Lord's getting ready to do something.
Yeah, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. Straight out.
Scripture said, honor the son,
Kiss the son.
honor the son even as you honor the father, man.
Yeah.
So the Lord commanded you to show respect unto Yahushua like unto himself. That's the Lord's commandment. And that ain't through Paul either before you try saying all that. That's in the gospel.
Look, even Heavenly Father said to obey Yahushua. He said, this is my son who I'm well pleased.
Yeah.
Obey him. He said, to obey him. You have to worship him.
This was John the Baptist talking about Yahushua. John the Baptist was the Levite. John chapter 3 verse 30. He must increase, but I must decrease.
Ooh.
He that cometh from above is above all.
And he was the greatest prophet of them all. Yahushua even said John the Baptist is the greatest prophet that ever lived. And he was a Levite, but he humbled himself before Yahushua. Said he's put these shoes that he's not working and all of that stuff. So this guy shows that this guy's not humble.
Got more than that?
Yeah, that was cold.
Go on.
He that is of the earth is earthly, and speaketh of the earth. He that cometh from heaven is above all.
And that's why he's going on about the temple. Yeah, the temple, and they're gonna build a temple and all this, man. This guy's earthly, man. That's why the Lord took your head top, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, when the veil rent. That's why the Lord took your head top and you're pissed, man.
This is Hebrews 3:1. It says, wherefore, holy brethren, partakers of the heavenly calling, consider the apostle and the high priest of our profession, Yahushua. This nigga talking about.
And I don't think there's ever recorded after that time anyone being the high priest. Like Peter didn't say, "Oh, I'm the high priest now." I'm not like I mean, within the ministry.
Because that was before. That was a Maccabees. That was before that.
Yeah, that was before. I don't think in the ministry anyone ever took upon themselves the time.
They would have Sanhedrin, funny enough. That was Sanhedrin wicked.
Yeah,
Basically,
because they already had that going on.
Yeah.
But I don't remember like Peter or them saying, "Well, now you have a God, I'm the high priest now." I don't remember. I could be wrong, but I didn't read it in the Bible.
I don't think that would be the case, because they had to accept that Yahushua was high priest. 2 it says, who was faithful to him that appointed him, as also Moses was faithful in all his house. So check this. It says, but this man was counted worthy of more glory than Moses. Now Moses was a Levite. Is it cut? Yeah. In as much as he who hath builded the house of more honor than the house. For every house is builded by some man, but he that built all things is the Most High. And Moses verily was faithful in all his house as a servant for a testimony of those things to be spoken after. But Yahushua as a son over his own house, whose house are we, if we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end.
You didn't do it unto the end.
So you gotta give the glory to Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
You have to.
Even in the transfiguration, the Lord came and showed him Moses and God. He said, "No, you got to follow Yahweh Shai. They're the top prophets too, but Yahweh Shai is the main guy."
It's John chapter 5, verse 23. Verse 22. But the Father judgeth no man, but hath committed all judgment unto the Son, that all men should honor the Son, even as they honor the Father. He that honoreth not the Son, honoreth not the Father which hath sent him. That's a fact. You know, so yeah, you have to worship Yahweh Shai, man. That's something the Most High set up. Right? If you're unhappy about that, man, you can go home. You know?
Hebrews the 4th chapter, verse 14. Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into the heavens, Yahweh Shai, the son of Yahweh, let us hold fast our profession. For we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feelings of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need.
That's Yahweh Shai is the high priest.
But I was gonna say, check this, man. Yahweh Shai was sinless, right? Pure, clean, right? But this is Levite, so supposed Levite who's
don't want to come up on the thing is even as a Levite, that's why I brought out the whole thing about 25. You know anything about order, and when you're going from one generation to another, you come up under the old generation to learn. So that if you was a Levite and you were coming up, you had older Levites that were aged, that you would, they would instruct you in the way of the priesthood, so that when you become of age, you can start being in office. But even when you're 25, you're competent, but you still got man that's like 45. They would still be the top guys, and you go to them for counsel. Now this guy, if he had gone to the apostles, I'm just putting the situation out there. You had a whole thing that happened because you guys decided to hold a Passover party, which was a violation for one, in a strip club too. Now, if you would have gone and asked one of the apostles that, yo, you think this is a good idea, you would have been told no. But that's why you don't want the apostles and elders. You know what I mean? You don't want someone to go, nah, that's not a good idea. You want to do what you want to do. And it was only until you got the backlash, and yet first he tried to defend it. And first he tried to be wrong and strong. And then it was only when it got too much, it's like, oh, Salakia. Well, guess what? You wouldn't have had to go through all of that if he wasn't harder. Because you would have been doing things the way the apostles told you to do it, which was just have humble, small Passovers, and you would have never been in trouble to get your ass cut.
Yeah, but that act that he did was the example of a novice.
Exactly. It's a novice. It's a novice for you. Thank you. It was a novice who shows you need someone that's older and more mature than you to say, yo, no, that ain't it, man. You ain't. Anyone that's got children know that's how you have to be with them. Look, man. No, you don't do. That's not what needs to be done. It's about them. Disobedience. Well, I got this scripture right here, man. Sirach, this is the book of Sirach, and 34. It says, "Stand in the multitude of the elders, and cleave unto him that is wise." Right? Every order that the apostles have given has, over the process of time, proven itself. When they said like, don't bring your women around brothers, because they've seen and experienced that's not a good idea. All these other camps that have gone against that, what have happened? Problems and drama. They warned about the social media thing. Okay, what happened? All these other camps said, nah, we're gonna do our own thing. Bag of problems of the social media. So many different instances over the years where the apostles have said, don't do that. Other camps have ended up doing that same thing and end up in bare banger round. But that shows you that they're not following after wisdom. Yeah? It says here, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. If thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. Now the apostles were like that with their elders. They respected and listened to their elders. They still speak high of high priest Arian and brothers, man. Elders. And they didn't have that spirit you had of F them and da. They when you repair the story, over the Cornelius thing, they were cast out and they said, okay, but they never disrespected or nothing. You were you actually called them niggas and shit, man. And you just some little guy coming. Over.
Everybody taken from among men is ordained for men in things pertaining to the Most High, that he may offer both gifts and sacrifice for sin. So that's in the temple, sacrifice, all that. Other people. Then it says, can have compassion on the ignorant and on them that are out of the way, so that he himself also is compassed with infirmity. So even the person, the priest himself has got sin. So he's compassed in himself with infirmities. By reason hereof he ought, as for the people, so also for himself to offer for sins. So a priest would have to offer for other people and for himself. But Yahweh Shai, the priest, beyond that, the priesthood we're going for is beyond that. And that's why this belief in Yahweh Shai and just the faith is the main thing. Okay, it says, and that no man taketh his honor unto himself, for he that is called of the Most High, as was Aaron, so also Yahweh Shai glorified not himself, who made a high priest, but he that have said unto him, thou art my son, today have I begotten, as he saith also in another place, thou art a priest forever after the order of Melchizedek. In the days of his flesh, when he offered up prayers and supplications, strong crying and tears unto him that was able to save him from death, was heard that he feared. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered. But that's part of how we come in close to Yahweh Shai. You know, that's a major principle of being suffering, making you closer to Yahweh Shai. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we're all sinners. We're all in sinful flesh. So all the gimmicks is bullshit, man. You know what I mean? All the gimmicks is BS. We all gotta suffer. Be like Yahweh Shai. That's gonna bring us to that level. The gimmicks is fucking bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Yahweh Shai was conceived by himself. It's all right. Guys could glorify themselves. No one put him in that position, man. He gave it to himself. You know? And now he's like the head authority of the whole Israel. Undisputed. Can't argue with the guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he's gonna come out with a 3-hour being wrong and strong. That's hella rebellious, man. But one, though we were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, being made perfect, became the author of eternal salvation to all of them that obey. That's how you get it now. Obey, yeah. Yeah, he does. Like I'm saying, like Paul was made to do what he did, like those epistles. And even Peter co-signed Paul's epistles. Yeah. But then you're here saying, nah, like it's not the word of God. You could pick and choose what you want to follow and what you don't want to follow. It's crazy. Yeah. What? Save men, part of the elect. None of us here right now know if the 100%, right? So there's no point claiming like, why are we going to someone above what's in the scriptures? This has been a certified. Paul suffered great. He was beaten with stripes like 3 times. He was killed. He was killed, and the Lord resurrected him. You know what I'm saying? Like Paul been through it, yeah. Paul been all the way through it, and then you're coming now with your delirium. Right.
Yeah, it's talking about it's not canon.
The Christians, man of the Lord. I ain't trying to
All that for a bit of cat, it's not worth it, man. For a new heretic, you know? Any more scriptures?
I got Isaiah 19, 18 and 19, the point verse 19. In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Egypt speak the language of Canaan, which is the last one for us again in this present time, for in the name of the Lord, and swear to the Lord Yahweh of hosts, one shall be called the sea of destruction. In that day shall there be an altar in the midst and a pillar out. So America knows that sacrifice. We have a sacrifice, you have power, but he's gonna have men be prophesied over, and he's gonna return to do the sacrifice. So that's the only move. So when we're dealing with the things of the priesthood, who are fires for sacrifice, we ain't go with that. Lord, Howard Shai is ordained to bring in this present time. We're entering into work. Our only job is just like John the Baptist. Just got to usher in, make the way for the Lord to come. When he comes through the high priest, chief high priest. That's it. You doing all this extra shit, that's just you trying to find some way of somebody. But that's what it's about, man. You can't even save yourself. If even if it was, because you like the color blue, if some pyros or some dark some plugs come down on you with some fucking chocolate and some rainbow and shit, it's a rat, man. It's the more you hate it. That's so you ain't gonna pull out no, some like Moses. You ain't gonna pull out your staff and then depart from me. Like, no, they're gonna roll on you. Listen, Lord, we need them guys, man. Our power is just His word. That's it.
Yeah, man. With that shalom, man.